Hello guys, welcome to the fiction series. Today we are gonna see, what if Naruto fall in love with Bloom? Part 1. Huge shout out to Blaster Blade X for this story. If you want more awesome fanfiction like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So without wasting any time, let's get into the video. Konoha. A young man with spiky blonde hair and whisker marks on his face was walking down the hallway of the Hokage's building. This young man is Naruto Uzumaki, the hero of the Hidden Leaf. Naruto also have a new look. He is wearing now a standard Leaf Village uniform that the Chunin and Jonin wear and has a pair of goggles with orange lenses that greatly resembles Obito's. Naruto also has a backpack with him as he has been called over to be assigned on a day's worth mission. So far it's been a few months ever since the Fourth Great Ninja War was won by the Ninja Alliance. Madara Uchiha was defeated and his Eye of the Moon plan was a failure. The war may be over, but the price was heavy, costed the life of many brave ninja, which included the reformed Uchiha, Obito, and Sasuke. If it wasn't for them changing sides to the Shinobi Alliance, they all would have lost the war. To make sure his modified body can never be used again, the Ninja Alliance decided to lock away Madara's body so people like Orochimaru and Kabuto can never revive it again. As for Sasuke and Obito, to show their gratitude to the two Uchiha who gave up their lives for the world, the Leaf Village gave a proper funeral for them. As for the tailed beast, the 2 to 7 tailed beasts decided to return to the summoning animal realm and live their days there. Shikaku the one-tailed decided to stay with Gaara because he and his Jinchuriki finally managed to become friends, and he didn't want to leave. Good news is, thanks to Gaara's new influence of peace and hope, Shikaku now trusts humans more and as a result lost his desire to kill them for fun anymore. Gyuki the Eight-Tails decided to stay with B because both he and B shared a bond for a long time and won't mind being his Jinchuriki for a while longer. As for Kurama, he decided to stay with Naruto. After becoming friends with Naruto, he won't mind fighting alongside him again. During the past 3 months, Naruto has been doing some training with Kakashi, B and Yamato. Not only he wants to improve his strength so he can protect his friends with his own strength instead of just using Kurama's. He knows very well there might be a new threat after Madara and the Akatsuki were defeated during the Fourth Great Ninja War. Not to mention the fact that Orochimaru is still out there somewhere in the world. It's true he helped them fight against Madara's evil plan, but Naruto doubts he'll leave the village alone. There have also been a report about Kabuto's body was nowhere to be seen back at Madara's old lair during the war. Naruto guessed Orochimaru must have picked him up before the search team got him. During the past months after the war, Naruto managed to pass his Chunin exams, and he is still working his way up to Jonin. Naruto was very glad he finally became a Chunin after 3 years of holding due to his training with Jiraiya and his battles against Orochimaru and the Akatsuki. Naruto has been doing some new training on some new wind-style jutsu. Naruto was given 2 chakra blades that he used in Naruto Shippuden, Movie 4, Lost Tower, to help him better control the flow of his elemental chakra flow. They have proven very handy to Naruto in battle ever since he got them. Kakashi also decided to teach Naruto his father's signature jutsu, the Flying Thunder God Jutsu. After Naruto took on Madara and some of the greatest shinobi in history during the war, he was definitely ready to learn Minato's signature jutsu. The jutsu was difficult to learn for Naruto, but in good time and determination Naruto managed to master the jutsu in a week. Naruto has also been training with B and Kurama to hone his skills as a Jinchuriki. Naruto did promise to rely his own strength in battle, but he would still practice his Jinchuriki skills too. It took Naruto a long time, but he managed to master his full Jinchuriki powers like Killer B. Meanwhile, Naruto made it to Hokage's office and Tsunade was sitting at his desk with Shizune standing by her side. Tsunade has her serious face and Naruto knows what this means. Something big is happening. The war has ended months ago, but now some new evil might pose to some threat to the village. Naruto knew something might turn up eventually after the war. "You wanted to see me, Grandma?" Naruto asked. "We have a mission for you, Naruto," Tsunade said. "It concerns of the recent activity of Orochimaru." This got Naruto's attention. What did you find out? Naruto asked. We have learned that Orochimaru has aliened himself with a new partner, Swanda said. Your mission is to head to a special place and deliver this message to the headmasters of these schools to warn them about Orochimaru. She then gave Naruto 3 scrolls containing the message and a scroll containing the locations he needs to go. Naruto then read the scroll with the locations and raised an eyebrow at Tsunade. Alphia, Cloud Tower, and Red Fountain? What kind of schools are these? I never heard of these names before. That's because they don't exist in our realm, Shizune explained, stunning Naruto. Hold on. These schools are in another dimension? Naruto asked. Tsunade nodded. As you know, Naruto, there have been other realms other than ours, correct? Tsunade. Well, yeah, like the summoning realm where all the summoning animals live, Naruto said. The Elder Toad Sage also told me there are supposed to be multiple realms outside of our and theirs. Yes. Orochimaru is very aware about these different realms and has figured out a way to get there. And it looks like he managed to hook himself up with someone there, Tsunade said. So, what realm am I going to? Naruto asked. The dimension you're going to is called Magix, Tsunade said. It is a realm that is filled with magic and people with abilities that are similar to our own. We Kage had to keep its identity hidden from the rest of the world because we fear that our enemies' criminals could enter Magix, require power there, and use it against us, she explained. This news definitely shocked Naruto, hearing news about a new world like that, but had to ask a question about this magical realm. Hold on, Naruto said. If the other Kage knew about this, how come none of them decided to use that dimension's power themselves? Because power in the wrong hands can lead to disastrous results, Tsunade said. Long ago, the realm of Magix was unknown to us until one day my grandfather, Hashirama Senju, the first Hokage, was called there when they needed mighty warriors for battle against some powerful enemies. My grandfather was given a ritual that acts as a doorway to the dimension, but he decided to lock it up and held it secret except only those of the head Senju clan because he feared that if anyone discovers them they would use the dimension's powerful magic for evil purposes. She explained to Naruto, who was awed by the news. Then his face got serious. That is until Orochimaru discovered the secret and is now on his way to Magix, right? Naruto exclaimed. Yes, or the person from Magix came to Orochimaru, Tsunade replied. This shall be a S rank until all 3 messages are sent. But you're going to need some help in getting into Magix. Follow me. She and Shizune led Naruto across the hallway and into the Hokage building's library. They approached a bookcase and Tsunade pulled one of the books and a secret door with staircase heading down opened. They then went deep downstairs. Naruto could tell they must be right underneath the basement of the building. When they finally made it, they entered a large room with a giant spiral-shaped seal on the floor with other symbols surrounding it. There were candles all around the room to light up the place. There were also 5 ninjas all in circle, all kneeling down with clapped joined hand signs together. Naruto was very awed at the sight of this. Far as he can tell, the whole room looks very old, and what he really finds really hard to believe is that this room containing a seal that has the power to travel to different dimensions was underneath the village this whole time. He was also amazed to the fact that the whole room and seal remained undamaged, even after the village was first destroyed by Pain. So this seal and the jutsu used for it will directly take me to Magix? Alright, let's fire this thing up, Naruto said ecstatically. Tsunade held her hand up, stopping him. Naruto then sighed because he knows what that means. Don't tell me, there's a catch, isn't there? Naruto groaned. Yes. In the past, the dimensional doorway to Magix has been sealed off, Tsunade said. Meaning? Naruto asked with a raised eyebrow. Meaning we can't teleport you to Magix here in our dimension, Shizune said to Naruto as he hung his head down in defeat. Then how am I supposed to get there? Naruto asked. We have our ways, Tsunade said, confusing the young blonde Chunin. It's true we can't take you or have contact the magic dimension, but the people Magix can take you there. How so? Naruto asked. You see, they were the ones who informed us about an evil from their world entering our realm, Tsunade said. They also arranged us to have a face-to-face confrontation about this upcoming threat with Orochimaru and this evil force from the magic dimension. Anyways, we can't send you to Magix, but we can send you to another realm to meet up with the student that Farragonda, the headmaster of the Alpha School, is sending in. She will take you to the Magix. Shizune then handed Naruto a photo of the student he is supposed to meet. The student is a girl about 16 years old with long blonde hair. The girl was pretty cute in Naruto's opinion, but he didn't say it out loud because this is a serious mission right now. Naruto then put the photo in his pocket. So where do I meet her? He asked. Farragonda says that you'll meet up with this girl on parallel version of our world. It's a world called Earth in a town called Gardenia, Tsunade said. Rewind, Naruto said. There's a world similar to ours? Yes, but unlike our world, the existence of Earth's magic has been lost for hundreds of years. To them, magic is nothing but mere fantasy to them, Tsunade explained. So when you get to that Earth, it is best that you keep your ninja art and your Jinchuriki powers a low profile. We don't want to cause a panic. Right, no showing my ninja arts, Naruto said with thumbs up. Before you go, you're going to need this. Tsunade then gave Naruto a device with some kind of device with a screen on it. It's one of the magic dimension's communicators. You need this to communicate with us. Make sure you tell us about your progress in your message delivery to the 3 schools. Okay, Naruto said, then got a curious expression on his face. Hold on, what will happen next after I send the messages? Once you report about the final message being sent, we will send your team over after the magic seal that separate us from Magix is undone, Tsunade said. Afterwards, you all will begin investigating Orochimaru's movements and report back what you discover about his future plans. The 4th Great Ninja War may be over, but that doesn't mean there aren't any more criminals out there anymore. Right, you can count on me, Grandma, Naruto said. As he was about to head to the circle, Tsunade grabbed his hand, stopping him for a second. There is also something else that I'd like to give you for your newest journey, she said. Okay, what is it? Said a confused Naruto. Tsunade then handed Naruto a necklace that looked exactly her grandfather's, which she gave to Naruto before he destroyed during his fight with Pain. Think of it as a good luck present on your mission, Tsunade said. She then lifted Naruto's headband and gave Naruto a kiss on his forehead. Naruto blushed and looked up at Tsunade, who had a very warm smile with a few tears in her eyes. I have faith that you can complete this mission, Naruto. You have gone through so much before and during the war, and I'm sure this mission won't be too difficult for you. Naruto gave a warm smile of his own to Tsuanda and enveloped her in a big hug, which she returned. After they let go, it was now Naruto's turn to speak. Thanks, Grandma, Naruto said. I promise I won't let you down. Hey, Kurama, what do you think about this mission? You ready to go? He mentally asked his tailed beast friend. It will be interesting, I can tell you that. And I am ready when you are. Fire it up, Kurama said. Naruto then stepped up to the center of the seal. The 5 ninja who were kneeling down began to chanting while doing some more hand signs to activate the seal. The seal was beginning to glow white. Then Naruto was enveloped in blinding light, and when it faded he vanished. Do you think the jutsu worked and Naruto is alright? Shizune asked in a worried tone. She knows how Naruto can take care of himself and has survived a war, but to her Naruto is still a kid. Not to worry, Shizune, Tsunade said in an assuring tone. Have faith. He is no longer that obnoxious brat he used to be, and I believe that Naruto can accomplish this and has made it to Gardenia safely. Gardenia. One morning in the town of Gardenia, there was a girl with long red-orange hair sleeping in her room with her pet bunny Kiko. This girl's name is Bloom. Bloom is just an ordinary 16-year-old girl who just loves fairy tales and loves to read books about fairies. Today is the first day of her summer break from school, and her mother Vanessa came up to her room to wake her up but found it a little difficult to do so. Bloom. Bloom, wake up, sweetie. The sun has been out for ages, Vanessa said to her sleeping daughter. Just 5 more minutes, Mom. Bloom, wake up or you're going to be late, Vanessa whispered to Bloom's ear, and then her daughter immediately got up of bed, took a quick shower and getting herself dressed in a frenzy. School? Oh no! I'm going to be so late. Mom, why didn't you wake me up before? Why didn't the alarm go off? Bloom said as she was getting ready. Then she realized something. Wait a sec. There isn't any school, it's summer vacation. Mom, that was so not funny. But you fell for it, didn't you? Her mother chuckled. Bloom then yawned and was heading back to her bed. I'm still sleepy. I'm going back to bed. Sweetie, why are you up so late last night? Vanessa asked. I was reading, Bloom said. Vanessa then found and picked up the book Bloom was reading, and it was another book about fairies. Fairies, myth or reality, don't you ever get tired of these silly tales, Bloom? Vanessa teased. They're not silly, okay? Bloom defended. Vanessa then turned to her daughter after setting the book down. Anyway, now that school is over, you can help me at the shop. Oh, Mom! Bloom groaned before her mother left her room. Bloom then came downstairs for breakfast with her mother and her dad Mike. Bloom's mother owns a flower shop in town, and sometimes Bloom helps her mother out there either she wants to or not. While her dad is part of the Gardenia Fire Department, and he can very protective about his daughter. Bloom does love her parents very much, but she is annoyed to the fact that they don't give her enough freedom. Bloom is already 16, and yet her dad still treats her like a little girl. Every summer they go to the beach together, but Bloom wants to celebrate differently for her summer vacation. Good morning, sunshine, Mike says to his daughter. Dad, I don't want to spend my summer vacation working at the shop. I wish I can go somewhere fun with my friends, Bloom complained, trying to reason with her parents. When you're older you can go wherever you want, Mike said. And how old is older? I'm already 16, Dad, Bloom said. Only 16, to me you're still my little girl, Mike said. Bloom was still not happy. Look, how's this? We're all going to the beach like we do every year. Dad, I don't want to go to the same old beach with you and Mom, Bloom said. My friends' parents lets them go on trips alone on holidays. I just want to do something special this year. Something special, huh? Vanessa said. Well, for that you'll need wheels, Mike said. This got Bloom excited. She rushed right out to see what her parents got her. When she came out, it wasn't a car or one of those new motorized scooter, it was just a regular bike with basket in the front, much to her disappointment. She did not want to show her disappointment to her parents, not wanting to hurt her parents' feelings. She did feel grateful they got her a gift for her, but it was not what she was expecting. She could at least show her gratitude to them by at least riding to the park on it. As Bloom left to the park on her new bike, Vanessa got the feeling that Bloom was disappointed in her new gift. See, Vanessa, she's speechless, Mike said, obviously oblivious to his daughter's disappointment. I can see that, Mike, she said. But I think she's expecting something else. Like what? A 10-speed? Mike asked. No, Mike, a car or a motored scooter like all the other kids her age has, Vanessa said. What? She's still dreaming about being a fairy, and those fancy sports cars and scooters don't cost cheap, you know? Mike defended. Vanessa just sighed, seeing how her husband is not seeing the point. She's 16, she's growing up, Vanessa said. Bloom began riding across town on her new bike with Kiko while being greeted by some of people in her town. She finally made it to the park and was about to sit near a tree to relax while Kiko went out to play a bit. "Alright, Kiko, don't go too far," Bloom said while she enjoys an apple she bought along the way there. While Bloom was relaxing, a bright light appeared at the Park of Gardenia, and when it finally faded, Naruto emerged out of it. He checked himself to see everything is where it's supposed to belong on his body, and he seems to be alright. He also looked around to see if anyone saw him appear out of that bright light, and thankfully no one did. He then began his search for the girl he is supposed to look for by jumping through the trees in the park. Naruto could tell the park goes on for miles, so he decided to sense her magical power to find her. According to Tsunade, Fairy's magical energy is similar to chakra, which means Naruto will be able to sense her. He closed his eyes in order to sense her power, and then he felt something powerful up ahead. So he went to direction where it is coming from, figuring it might be that fairy he is supposed to look for. As he was hopping tree branch to tree branch, he managed to find the source of the power he sensed before. However, the power was coming from another girl instead of the blonde fairy he was supposed to find. The girl with the power Naruto sensed is actually coming from Bloom, who is enjoying the snack she brought with her. Naruto was a little disappointed that it wasn't the girl he was supposed to look for during his mission, but he wasn't necessarily complaining. As he got a good look at Bloom, he had to admit, she was beautiful, more beautiful than the fairy in the photo Tsunade gave him. Naruto knew that he had a mission to do, but he couldn't help but stare at Bloom. To him, she is cute, and the way she eats is also cute. As for Bloom, she got a strange feeling that someone was watching her and was a little afraid it might be a stalker. So she looked around the trees if someone was watching her. Naruto then hid quickly before Bloom got a chance to see him. She still had an odd feeling someone was watching her. While she was trying to relax, her pet rabbit Kiko immediately ran right to Bloom all panicked-like and was tugging on her pants leg trying to lead her somewhere. Naruto was also seeing this. He tried to sense some magical power again, and he finally got it, and the source of it is not too far from where he is right now. So he immediately rushed right where the source is coming from. "What's the matter, Kiko?" Bloom asked her pet. Kiko was trying to tell Bloom to follow him on what he found. Okay. Bloom followed Kiko and brought her to what he found. She was seeing some kind of fight with a girl with fairy wings carrying some kind of staff, about her age, fighting a large yellow-skinned monster wearing brown overalls with a bunch of small little red monsters. When Naruto arrived, he was also seeing the fight and the girl fighting the ogre and the ghouls. He got a good look at that girl with the wings, and it's the fairy he was searching for. Naruto feels like he should help out at the fight but decided not to because he can tell that fairy was winning. During the fight, the fairy kicked two ghouls away. She blasted the other one with Ray of Sun. The ogre then charged at her while she had guard down and managed to hit her. The ogre then picked up her staff so she can't use it against him anymore. As the ghouls charged at the defenseless fairy, Naruto came in, took out his chakra blades with the flying swallow jutsu and cut them down to size. His strikes caused the ghouls to vanish. The fairy got back up and decided to thank her savior. "Thanks for the save back there, but who are you?" she asked. "My name is Naruto, and I was sent to find you." "I'm Stella, so you're the guy Ms. Faragonda told me to meet up with on Earth?" she asked. Naruto nodded. "I'm sorry to say that our first meeting and your mission got off to a bad start." "Looks like it," Naruto said as he prepared his blades. As the ghouls gotten closer to the two, Bloom decided she could not just stand there and do nothing. So, without thinking how, she stepped in and decided to help. "Leave them alone," she demanded to the ogre and his posy. They all turned to Bloom and the ghouls began walking to her slowly while Bloom was backing up. "Great, the cavalry just arrived," Stella said ecstatically. "I have to say, your people sure come prepared." "Thanks," Naruto said, "except for one problem." "What's that?" "I didn't bring any reinforcements with me." Stella's eyes widened and looked back to that girl. "You get out of here quick." The ogre then grabbed Bloom's arms with his massive hand. You want to cause trouble, little girl, fine. Let go, Bloom said. As she yelled, Bloom began to glow and pushed the ogre back with the dragon of light coming out her body. The dragon flew up in the sky and exploded like fireworks. The ghouls tried to attack her next, but Bloom extended her arm out while looking away and a barrier formed around her that pushed those monsters away. Bloom was very shocked by what she just did. Naruto and Stella were awestruck by what Bloom just did back there as well. Naruto then came over to Bloom to get some answers. That was amazing, Naruto said. How did you do that anyway? To tell you the truth, I don't know, Bloom said. When one of the ghouls tried to attack Kiko, Bloom grabbed a stick and whacked with it. The ghoul was slammed into a tree and disappeared. The ogre tried to attack Bloom again. She extended her hand out to that shield she did before, but it wasn't happening for some reason. When the ogre was about to grab her, Naruto jumped and gave the ogre a barrage of kick and knocked him down. Naruto then looked back to the girl he saved, and she was blushing after he saved her. Naruto smiled. Hey, are you alright? He didn't hurt you, did he? Bloom snapped out of it and looked away with that same blush on her face. No, I'm okay and thank you. No problem, Naruto replied. He then kicked Stella's staff up to his hand and passed it to her. I believe this belongs to you. Thanks, Stella said. Then she blasted the ogre with a sun blast. Some ghouls tried to jump her, but Stella twirled her staff and blasted all at once with another sun blast. The ogre decided to retreat, so he clapped his hands and a thick cloud of purple smoke covered him and his ghouls. When it cleared up, they escaped. Exhausted from the fight, Stella passed out and returned to her normal form. Bloom and Naruto came over to help her. Naruto picked Stella and checked her pulse, and it was normal. Is she alright? Bloom asked. Yeah, she's okay, she's unconscious right now, Naruto said as he picked her in his arms. We need to get her to a place to rest. We can take her to my house, Bloom said. Then she realized to ask who her savior is. Oh yeah, who are you? I never did got your name. Naruto just sighed and looked back to her. Look, I promise I'll answer your questions as soon as get to your house and give our friend here some time to recover, Naruto said. Bloom understood, and she led him to her house. When they arrived, Bloom's parents were definitely surprised. Not only because Bloom brought along 2 guests unannounced, but she brought 2 guests unannounced while one of them is unconscious. Mike and Vanessa were surprised. They helped Naruto set Stella down gently on the couch so she can rest. Now it was time for Bloom to get some answers from this mysterious blonde boy. She also tried to explain to her parents about what happened at the park. She explained to them that their 2 guests have powers and that they were fighting monsters, but her father doesn't seem to believe her. Frankly, Naruto doesn't blame him. If you tell someone that you saw some people using magic to fight some monsters, they won't take you all that seriously. Bloom then went back to Naruto and wanting some answers like he promised. Okay, now will you tell me who are? Bloom asked. You promised me that you would after I brought you here. Naruto sheepishly rubbed the back of his head. I did say that and you deserve an explanation, Naruto said. My name is Naruto and I am on an important mission right now. Mission? Bloom asked. Yeah, Naruto then took out 3 scrolls from his pouch to explain. You see, my mission is to deliver these 3 scrolls right here, and this girl is supposed to be the one to take me where I'm supposed to deliver them. Deliver them where? Mike asked. Naruto knew he couldn't reveal too much about his mission or his powers to these people. He's supposed to be on a S-rank mission, and the S stands for secret. He was about to come up with a fake story to cover the rest of the detail of his mission, but then Stella finally managed to wake up. What happened? Where am I? Stella asked. Bloom came over and put her hand on Stella's shoulder. You're at my house, Bloom said. We brought you here after you passed from the fight. Thank you for helping back there. Stella said to Naruto and Bloom. No problem, Naruto said. Yeah, you're safe here now, Bloom said. Naruto then turned to Bloom. By the way, you never told us your name, Naruto mentioned. Oh, right, Bloom said while blushing in embarrassment. I forgot. My name is Bloom and these are my parents. Vanessa then looked at Stella. What's your name, dear? She asked. My name is Stella. But I'm not from around here. Heard of the Magix, the magic dimension, Stella said. Bloom and her family shook their heads. It's in another realm. I am the princess of the planet and kingdom of Solaria and fairy of the sun. Fairy? That's it. I'm going to call the police because this girl needs some help, Mike says as he picks up the phone. When he was about to dial it, Stella used magic to turn the phone and its receiver into a carrot and a cabbage. This definitely caught Mike off guard. Naruto snickered on what he saw and looked back at Mike. Is that proof enough for you? Naruto chuckled. I believe you, Stella, Bloom said. So tell me, if you're from another magical realm, what are you doing here? Well, long story, Stella said. Stella then explained to Naruto, Bloom and her family that she went to her orientation for Althea College for Fairies. After her day out of orientation at the fairy school, Headmaster Faragonda selected her to come to Earth and bring Naruto to the magic dimension. Faragonda didn't give out the full details, but she told her Naruto's mission is supposed to deliver something important, and it was important that they get it. She also explained that after she arrived to Earth, that ogre and his gang of ghouls attacked her as soon as she arrived. She figured they must have followed her there. She also explained how both Naruto and Bloom came to her rescue when things were looking bad for her at the fight. She also told Mike and Vanessa that Bloom has powers like her and Naruto. They were very shocked by this. They have never known that their daughter had magic powers. To tell you the truth, I don't know what I did, Bloom said. I was so scared back at the fight, it all just came out and I don't know how I did it. A fairy doesn't need to know how she does it, she just does it, Stella said. Me, a fairy? Bloom said while pretty amazed by that fact. My daughter, a fairy? Nuts, that is just nuts, Mike said while putting his hands on his head. He then looked at Naruto, who is acting pretty calm right now while leaning on the wall. He then decided to ask him some questions too, though he doubts that he is a fairy. What about you, young man? Are you magic too? He asked Naruto. Naruto didn't want to reveal too much, but Mike and everyone else in the room does at least deserve an answer. Well, sort of. You see, I am a shinobi, a ninja warrior from another realm, and like Stella, my people have powers that regular humans can't do, Naruto said. Everyone else was pretty amazed, especially Stella because she never heard of a human who has powers. Naruto chuckled at the expressions on their faces. Afterwards, Bloom decided to take Stella and Naruto up to her room while her parents stayed downstairs. Naruto felt a little nervous going up to a girl's bedroom, especially the one of a girl he just met. When they got up there, Stella and Naruto were getting a good look, and it's a very nice bedroom. Naruto also noticed some drawings on the wall near her desk. Naruto got a good look at them and had to admit they were very impressive. Cool, I love your room, Bloom, Stella said happily. Thank you, Bloom replied. Naruto then called Bloom over while he was looking at her drawings. Say, Bloom, did you draw these? He asked and she nodded. Yeah. What do you think? Bloom said. These are really good. A friend of mine is really good at drawing art too. If he was here, even he would think these are good, Naruto said. Oh, thank you, Bloom said. Bloom looked down on the floor and Naruto and Stella can tell something is troubling her. Is something the matter, Bloom? Stella asked. No, nothing's wrong, it's just that a lot has happened today and after what I've experienced, I don't know if I am a fairy like you, Stella, Bloom said. In order to use your magic, Bloom, You need to believe in it and in yourself. That's how you were able to do it before. You've always had powers, but you just didn't know it. All you have to do is concentrate, and you are able to do it, Stella said. Stella then demonstrated her magic by taking the pencil on Bloom's desk and merging them into one. Okay, Bloom, you try it. Try and return the pencils into their original state, Stella said. Bloom tried doing it. She tried to concentrate to see if her magic would work, but it wasn't working. Her magic wasn't coming out. She then gave up trying and just sat on the bed. While Stella returned the pencils to normal, Naruto just shook his head, seeing how Bloom feels defeated. Bloom, how can you just give up so easily? Naruto asked. My magic wasn't coming out. There wasn't anything I can do about it, Bloom said. There is always something you can do, you just need to try and try again, Naruto said. He's right, you just need to practice, Stella said. If you want to learn more about magic, then you should come to the Alphea College for Fairies. That's where I go. Where is it? Bloom asked. It's in the magic dimension, the home of all magical creatures, including fairies like you, Stella said. Bloom was amazed that she has magical powers and might get a chance to go to a school of fairies. Though she's sure she shouldn't get her hopes up. Her dad might not approve of the idea of her leaving home and Earth just to go some magical school. Everything seemed calm, until Naruto felt a strange feeling. That someone is coming, someone with very bad vibes. It was good thing he learned Kurama's ability to sense negative emotions. It has really come in handy. Bloom noticed the change of expression on Naruto. She also noticed he was narrowing his eyes at the window. What's wrong, Naruto? Bloom asked in concern. I am sensing something. Something very evil is coming, Naruto said in a firm tone. This shocked Stella and Bloom a bit. How are you so sure? Stella asked. They got their answer when they heard some noise downstairs. It sounded like one of doors just got broke down by someone. I don't know, just a hunch, Naruto replied sarcastically. It came from downstairs, Bloom said. Mom! Dad! Kiko! They rushed right downstairs, and right in front of them were the same ogre and ghouls that attacked, but also with them is a taller creature with blue skin and long hair. This one is a troll. Now then, where are those fairies? The ogre asked. Right here, ugly, Stella said. How did you find me here? I have a name, you know? My name is Canute, and to answer your question, someone helped us find you. He gave us a piece of that punk-torn clothing for my troll buddy here to track you. It was months old, but it helped get the job done, Canute said. This got Naruto's attention. Who helped you? He asked the ogre. Don't know him exactly, but he sure weren't an average-looking guy, that's for sure. He had white hair and was human-looking, wore glasses and had this freaky white reptilian skin, Canute said. Naruto began to think if he knew someone like that, and that's when it hit him. The man who helped these monsters find him is Kabuto, Orochimaru's right-hand man. It looks the rumors are true, Orochimaru has gotten some connections in Magix. Stella decided to change into her fairy form. She blasted the troll with an energy blast. It managed to withstand it. Naruto decided to join in the fight. Before he did, he sensed someone else from the outside, and this one is more powerful than these two. He also knew he can't use his jutsu inside the house, or otherwise he might bring the whole building on top of them. We can't fight them in here and we're outnumbered. We need to head outside and split them up, Naruto said to the two fairies. They understood and nodded. Bloom decided to lead the ghouls out of the house, which she managed to do. She then saw a moving boiler pot, and when she picked up, Kiko was hiding under it. She then sees Stella getting tossed out of window by the troll, and the latter came out the front door. Canute was sent flying out of the window and landed on someone else's car, courtesy of Naruto hitting with incredible strength. Canute had to admit, at first he was caught off guard. He faced Naruto last time, but now it looks he can't beat him. When Naruto jumped out of the window, he sees the troll that's about to hurt Stella and Bloom. He was about to go over and help until he sees a ball grappling weapon stop the monster in its tracks first. Naruto looked and there were 3 guys there, one with blonde hair carrying a blue glowing sword and shield, one with brown hair carrying a bigger green glowing sword, one with light orange hair and glasses holding a cross between a futuristic gun and crossbow, and finally one with spiky red-violet hair, holding the grappling ball weapon connected to glowing knife blade. Naruto then came over to them and decided to ask them some questions. "Who are you guys?" he asked. "We're the specialists," the blonde one said. "Specialists?" Naruto questioned. "We are warriors in training from the Red Fountain School of Heroics and Bravery," the one with the glasses said. The school's name got Naruto's attention because it's one of the school he's supposed to go to deliver Tsunade's message. Then he decided to get back to task at hand. "How did you guys even get here?" "Stella told us where to find you guys," the brown-haired one answered. "If you are done asking questions, how about we get back with the fighting already?" the redhead boy said. Then the troll grabbed the line he was tied to and swung the red-haired specialist around to where the girls are. The troll began attacking the one blonde specialist, but he was defending the monster's pounding with his shield. Then Naruto gave the troll a flying kick, backed him away the monster. The brown-haired specialist slammed his sword to the ground and created a trench in between the troll's legs. Then finally the specialist fired his weapon near the troll's feet, causing him to fall into the ditch they made. The red-haired specialist got back up and began attacking the ghouls with his phantom blade saber. Canute punched when he had his back turned, but then Stella and Bloom attacked Canute with a combined magic blast. Bloom was amazed by what she did. All she was focused and she managed to use her magic. "Wow, I really can do it," Bloom said. "Like I told you, you got Winx," Stella said. Canute then got back up on his feet and was ready for some more, but the specialists, Naruto and Stella, surrounded him. "He can tell that he can't win this fight." "What do you say, big guy, you want some more?" Naruto said in a smug tone. "No, I think I'm done for today, but we will meet again," Canute said. Then he clapped his hand and a thick cloud of smoke appears, and when it faded he disappeared. Afterwards Stella decided to introduce her new friends to the specialists. The tough guy with red hair name is Riven. The brown-haired one Sky, the prince of his kingdom, Heraklion. The one with the glasses is Timmy, the brains of the team. And finally the blonde one is Brandon, Sky's squire. Even though Canute and the ghouls got away, the specialist decided to take the troll back to the magic dimension. Brandon then placed some collar on him that paralyzes him. "What are you going to with him?" Naruto asked them. "We'll take him back to Red Fountain," Riven said. "They'll hold him in some monster reserve until he faces trial for his crime." Sky then came over to Naruto and sticks his hand out to him. "Thanks for helping us and defending the girls," he said. "I have to say, even though you don't go to the Red Fountain School, you sure do know some skills." Naruto smiled at this and returned the handshake. "Thanks. You guys fight pretty good too." Timmy was looking at Naruto with his finger on his chin, thinking, "Naruto, you seem to have been holding back at the fight. Any reason for that?" Then the specialists and the 2 fairies were looking at him. "Well, they weren't really much of a challenge," Naruto said. "Trust me, I have more power than you all realize." They were all pretty awed by his reply. One thing is for sure, Naruto is more powerful than he lets on. Naruto, however, is still thinking about what happened tonight, especially on what Canute told him. He wanted to know who did Orochimaru teamed up with in the magic dimension, and did he really send those monsters or not? Unknown to them, a mysterious figure in a black cloak was watching the whole fight. This person's face was hidden because of the cloak, but his part of his face had glasses in front of his eyes and the bangs of his hair was white. Naruto sensed that person behind him, while everyone else had their backs turned, but when he looked, there was no one there. The next morning, Mike and Naruto began cleaning the house after those monsters trashed it after all their fighting. Naruto decided to help because he felt bad since he was partially responsible for last night's attack. Stella then came in the room seeing them cleaning the old-fashioned way. "Let me help, I can fix this place up with a little magic," Stella said. "Thanks, Stella, but I prefer to do it this way," Mike said. He knows Stella is only trying to help, but after what happened yesterday, he wants a little break from the magic for a while. "I'm sorry that those monsters attacked your home, Mike," Naruto said. "Don't be. None of this is your fault, Naruto. Vanessa assures the shinobi." "That's right, you didn't know those monsters followed you. You don't need to blame yourself," Mike said. This got Naruto to smile. "I'm ready," Bloom said as she got her suitcase ready. Bloom decided to go to Alfea for some training on her newly discovered powers. "Are you sure about this, sweetie?" Mike asked. "Yes, Dad," Bloom said, all determined. "Now that I know I have powers, I need to learn how to use them and learn how to be a real fairy." "I know, but we don't know about Alfea College, so we're coming with you," Mike says as he gets his jacket ready. "You're not going to Magic Dimension until we check it out ourselves. So Stella, how do you suppose we get there? Bus? Car? Flying broomstick, maybe?" "Dad, I'm pretty sure flying on broomsticks is more of a witch thing," Bloom said. "Anyways, how do we get there? Bloom's got to register there, and I need to send a message to headmaster of the school," Naruto said to the Fairy of the Sun. "I can take us there by using my ring scepter," Stella said. "Is it also really a good idea to bring regular humans to a magic dimension?" Naruto said while pointing at Bloom's parents. "Because I'm pretty sure there might be rules for that." "There are, but you know what they say, some rules are meant to be broken," Stella said as she transformed her ring into her staff. "Now you're talking my language," Naruto said. Stella then raised her staff in the air, and then opened a portal that will lead to Magix. After they went through it, they all managed to make it to some forest area. They also looked to see the Alfea College for Fairies. The school almost looks more like a beautiful castle than a school. Bloom and her parents admit the place looked amazing even when it's miles away. Naruto also looked at the school, and as it is the first stop of his mission before he can begin his real one, find Orochimaru. He tried to sense his presence but couldn't find it anywhere in the area. He figured Orochimaru is in a much farther location than where he is right now and must have put some barrier to block out his detection abilities. Even though he can't sense him, Naruto knows Orochimaru is in Magix because that Canute guy mentioned he probably sent that monster to either capture both him and Stella. "Orochimaru, I know you're here. No matter what hole you're hiding under, I will find you," Naruto mentally thought. Bloom and Stella continued walking to Alfea. Bloom had to say goodbye to her parents when she couldn't bring them with her to her new school. According to Stella, there is a magic barrier surrounding Magix that keeps non-magical beings like humans out. Naruto was definitely shocked by this news, since he's a human, and yet he was able to pass through the barrier. According to Kurama, it must be because of their ability to manipulate chakra. Which is also why Hashirama was able to pass through the barrier too when he came to Magix. He also had to leave both Bloom and Stella during their traveling to Alfea. Naruto didn't want to leave his new friends so soon, but he had to. His mission is supposed to be a S-rank mission, meaning a secret mission, and he already caused too much attention already back on Earth. He can't reveal his true objective to people he just met, and he doesn't want Orochimaru find out where he is. That ogre Canute probably told him about his appearance last night. Alfea. Bloom and Stella finally managed to make it to Alfea. The place was like cross between a boarding school and a castle, but pink. Bloom was very excited to come to her new school, but she was disappointed that Naruto had to leave so soon. She feels very grateful that he saved her life and wishes she can see him again. Stella noticed Bloom seems to be a bit down. She decided to make some talk to get her out her slump. What's the matter, Bloom? Stella asked. Just nervous, Bloom said. I don't know if I can fit in here. Don't worry about it. Fairy school is like regular high school except we all have magic powers, Stella said. It's beautiful here. But that is not. Stella pointed to older lady with glasses while holding a clipboard. Who is that? Griselda, head of discipline. If there is anything fun, she is against it. Griselda was checking in the new students who just arrived for today. Bloom felt really nervous, and just recalled something important involving that list the discipline fairy's holding. Oh no, what do I do? I'm not on the list, Bloom said, all panic-like. Don't worry, I got a plan, Stella said. Stella said that the Fairy of Valisto could not make it because she changed her mind in coming to Althea, and Stella was supposed to send in the letter that explains it. But in order for Bloom to stay at Althea, Bloom will pose as the Fairy of Valisto so she can stay. Bloom, however, wasn't so sure. I don't know, Stella. I don't like lying. Relax, one little white lie can't hurt, right? Now, come on, Stella said as she pushes Bloom along to the discipline fairy to check in on her list of new students. As they check in with the discipline fairy, Stella's lie about Bloom worked and the latter was able to enter Althea. Afterwards, Griselda decided to go over the rules of the girls' stay at Althea. Althea has some strict rules, and if you break them, then they will ground on school grounds without powers. For example, they are forbidden to use their powers on school grounds unless they are under adult supervision during classes. Griselda also mentioned to the other fairies that using unauthorized spells could also get them in trouble. Stella definitely knows that rule quite well because last year she destroyed the school's potions lab when she tried to create a new shade of pink, but it ended with disastrous results. Stella got expelled from Althea last year because of that stunt she pulled, and she wasn't particularly proud of it. You really did that? Bloom asked. Yeah, but my father paid for all the damages, Stella said. After meeting with the headmaster Farragonda, the girls all went to their assigned dorm rooms where they will spend the year in. Farragonda also mentioned a very important rule in Althea that everyone should follow: stay away from the witches of Cloud Tower. According to Griselda, they don't have a real punishment for that, but she says that what they do to them will be nothing what those witches will do if they catch them. Ms. Farragonda is awesome, but Griselda, she can be a real killjoy, Stella said. Quick question, what's Cloud Tower? Bloom asked. It's one of the 3 main schools of Magix. You see, our school, Althea, is one of them. The second school is Red Fountain, is the school for those specialists who helped us last time. They trained those boys to be magicians run by Saladin. The last school is Cloud Tower. Cloud Tower is a school for witches that is run by scary old Miss Griffin, and some of those witches are really mean, so it is best to stay away from them, Stella explained. Stella also noticed Bloom had a bit of a sad expression on her face. What's the matter, Bloom? You miss home already? A little, but I'm wondering what Naruto is doing. After we made it to Magix, he just took off without even saying goodbye. I hope he's doing okay, Bloom said with a blush on her face. She tried to hide it from Stella, but she noticed but didn't say anything. The 2 girls finally made it to their assigned apartment, and lucky for the 2 new friends, they live in the same one. When Stella entered her room, she assigned to a single, while Bloom was assigned to share with a roommate. When she entered the room, she stepped on some vine, and much to her amazement the plant moved and had a face. It was blowing on the spot Bloom stepped on to cool down the pain. Oh, sorry, Bloom said. Then a girl with long light brown hair came in the room. Don't apologize, I'm the one who left all her things all over the room, the girl said. My name is Flora and this my talking plant, it's a magical creature I created. Hi Flora, I'm Veranda, Bloom said nervously after she almost blew her cover. She needs to be careful, or otherwise she'll be sent back home on the first day. As she was backing up, she almost backed up at a girl with short pink-violet hair. Valisto, huh? That must have been a very far way from home to come all the way here. By the way, I'm Tekna, the girl said. Hi Tekna, I'm Stella. The blonde introduced herself to the other girl. Yes, I have heard about you, you're very infamous here. I've heard about it too, this new girl black hair and pigtails said. Yo, the next time you decide to blow up the room, please let us know ahead in case we need to duck and cover. The other girls laughed at the joke while Stella just crossed her arms and pouted, not liking that little crack one bit. Oh, it was just an accident if you really want to know, and it was in the name of fashion. I'm curious. Did you actually manage to create this new shade of pink even though it caused your expulsion? Tekna asked. No, but when I do, it's going to become the official color of Solaria, Stella said. Good to know, by the way I'm Musa, the girl with the pigtails said. Bloom and Flora were hearing some ruckus back in their room and they see Flora's talking plant holding Bloom's pet bunny Kiko upside down. Bad plant? Put him down, Flora said. Bloom then came over to the plant and sees a bite mark on one of its fine arms. It's okay, Flora, it's not the plant's fault. I'm betting Kiko tried to eat it, it was only trying to defend itself. You hungry, little bunny? Flora asked Kiko and he nodded. Flora then took out a flower pot and sprinkled something on it, and then carrots grew instantly. Speaking of eating, how about the 5 of us head downtown for a bite to eat? It will be our way to celebrate the new school year. Stella asked her new friends and they all agreed to go. Great idea, that will give us chance to know each other, Flora said. Anyone in the mood for pizza? Bloom asked. What's pizza? Musa asked. After Bloom tried explaining to her friends what pizza is, the girls decided to take a bus ride to downtown Magix City. Meanwhile, in the forest outside of Alfea. During around the time where Bloom and Stella made it to Alfea, Naruto decided to talk to Tsunade through that Magix communicator she gave him. When Naruto activated it, it created a holographic image of her while talking. The advanced technology of this dimension amazed Naruto as he touches the hologram. Greetings, Naruto, how was Tsunade was saying but stopped as she got annoyed with Naruto playing with the hologram. Knock it off. Sorry. Tsunade sighed before she continued. Did you manage to get to Magix safely? Yep. So how do you think I should give the message to the Alfea headmaster? Walk right up to front door during the school's orientation, Naruto asked. Tsunade shook her head. No. Remember, Naruto, this is a secret mission. We cannot risk your cover being blown, and if people find out someone as dangerous as Orochimaru is roaming around the magic dimension, then it will cause a panic. And a school of young fairies finding out about this information will cause a panic as well. More importantly, Orochimaru will know you're there. Then how am I supposed to deliver the message then? Naruto asked. The best time to enter the school is around the evening. The students will all be inside at that time, and you'll be able to meet with Faraganda before it gets too late, Tsunade said. Got it. Also, last night after I left, I have found out a clue about Orochimaru being here in Magix, Naruto said, shocking Tsunade. He then told her about what happened in Gardenia. About how he, Stella, Bloom, and those specialist guys who helped them, fighting those monsters. He also mentioned how Kabuto helped them. This definitely caught Tsunade by surprise, but this also means that the rumors are true after all. Orochimaru did find a way to travel to different dimensions, but the big question is, what is he planning? Whatever it is, they know it won't be good. Tsunade can tell, if Orochimaru had to travel to a different dimension, then his new goal might be bigger than his old ambitions to learn all the jutsu in their realm. Alright, Naruto, keep me informed on whatever clues you can find on Orochimaru and his plans. Also, when you make it to Alfea, make sure you tell Ms. Faraganda to break the seal that separates our world to theirs. Since Orochimaru can somehow travel freely there, Then that means we should too in case your team needs backup. Swanda explained. Naruto nodded. Right. You can count on me, Grandma, Naruto said with a salute. After Naruto hung up, he decided to get a better look around Magix himself. First he had to go into a change of clothes. He decided to go around in his normal orange and black tracksuit with his white cloak. He also decided to take off his Leaf Village headband to avoid suspicion. When Naruto made it to the city, he was amazed how big and advanced the place is compared to his village. As he was traveling, he noticed a man in a black cloak walking the opposite direction. Naruto's negative emotion detection ability noticed something very evil about that guy he just passed. Naruto decided to silently follow him through town. Something about him seems familiar. Naruto may be able to detect chakra, but he is not a sensor-type ninja, so he can't fully identify the man he is following. Downtown Magix. Bloom and her new friends made it to downtown Magix City. Bloom was excited to see what's there. She told Flora, Musa and Tekna that she hasn't left her kingdom before, so her new friends decided to surprise her by keeping her eyes shut until they arrive at their stop. Can I open my eyes now? Bloom asked after they got off the bus to town. Yeah, go ahead, take a look, Tekna said. When Bloom uncovered her eyes, the city was different than she thought. She kind of pictured Magic City to be just like the magic cities in her book. But instead it looks like a regular city but with hover vehicles traveling on the roads instead of cars. This disappointed Bloom. What do you think? Musa asked. To be honest, it's not really how I pictured it, Bloom said. This is Magix, capital city of the realm of Magix, the most magical place in the universe? Well, what were you expecting? I don't know, dragons, unicorns, wizards, gnomes, shops full of flying brooms and magic wands? But that's all fairy tale stuff, this is the real world, Stella said. Stella explains to Bloom that everything lives off of magical energy and magical energy itself is everywhere. For an example, some guy was able to use his magic to make a new parking space for his hover car. The girls then decided to move on to a cafe to get something to eat. As they were walking down there, unknown to them, the mysterious hooded man Naruto was chasing was watching them. He was especially looking at Bloom. While Bloom was walking, she felt an uncomfortable feeling that someone is following them. When she turned around to where the hooded man was, he was nowhere to be seen. Bloom thought it was probably her imagination and just continued walking with her friends. Unknown to them, that mysterious person took out a phone and decided to make a call. The call reached to Cloud Tower, and there were the Tricks, 3 witches from the senior class, Icy, Darcy, and Stormy. Talk to me? Icy asked on the phone. I found Princess Stella and the girl who stood in your lackey's way. Where? Icy asked. Downtown in Magix. Meet us at Witch's Ally, and make sure you don't lose sight of them, Icy said. Now, you better watch that temper of yours. Remember, you and your sisters don't order us around. We had a deal, remember? Very well, have it your way then. But you and this master of yours better keep your end of the bargain, too. We want to become queens as soon as we find the dragon's fire. Not to worry, we will keep our end of the deal as long as you will. Now then, meet me at the rendezvous location in the Ally and we will plan our attack and getting Princess's ring. After we do, kill Stella and anyone who dares to get in our way. Cafe. Bloom and her new friends were all having dinner. They began talking more about themselves and where they came from. Musa is a big music fan and her dad is part of some big music business back on her home world. Flora loves to spend her time creating and taking care of all kinds of plants across the magic dimension. Tekna explains that she comes from a world that has the most advanced technology in the whole magic dimension, and if there is anything electronic, she can understand it. Bloom was trying to use her cell phone in order to call home to tell her mom how her first experience is going, but for some reason her phone was not working. Is something wrong? Tekna asked Bloom. For some reason my phone isn't working, Bloom said. I can't seem to get a signal. Let me see it, maybe I can see what the problem is, Tekna said. As she took the cell phone apart to see what the problem is, she just laughed as she looked at the circuitry. Yo, what's so funny, Tekna? Musa asked. It's this cell phone, it's ancient technology, Tekna said. Where did you get this? In a museum? It's the newest model back home, Bloom said in confusion. On Earth, maybe, Stella whispered to Bloom. If you want to call home, you need an Interrealm phone, Tekna said. There is one 2 blocks ahead you can use. So that is what Bloom decided to do. She headed over to some phone booth and decided to call home. The best thing about the Interrealm phones is that they can allow someone made a call to anyone on any planet in any dimension. She managed to make a call to her house back on Earth, and her mom picked up the phone and answered. Hello? Bloom, Vanessa said happily. Hi, Mom. How is your stay at your new school? It's going great. School is wonderful and I'm sharing an apartment with Stella and 3 other girls. How is your cute friend doing? Vanessa asked. Kiko? Oh, he's doing fine. Got into a little trouble with Flora's magical plants, but he's okay. No, dear. I mean Naruto, how is he doing? Have you asked him on a date yet? Bloom flushed after her mom said that on the phone. Mom, Bloom said in embarrassment. It's not like that. Anyways, I don't know where Naruto is actually. After you guys were sent back to Earth, he just suddenly went ahead of us through the forest, and I haven't seen him since. I'm sure you'll see him soon. Also, have your classes started yet? No, not yet, they start tomorrow. As Bloom was continuing to talk with her mother, she saw someone walk past the telephone booth. When she got a closer look at him, she realized it's Canute, the very same troll that attacked her home back on Earth. Mom, I gotta go. I promise that I will call back soon. Bloom then followed Canute to see where he is going. Canute tiptoed to an empty alley and Bloom also tiptoed toward the same alley without being seen. When Canute entered the alley, the tricks came out of the shadows. Also who came out with them was the mysterious man in the cloak. Bloom felt a really bad vibe off them for some reason, especially the one with the hood with them. She can't really explain how she can tell they are bad news, but something in her is warning her about those people. Around that time, Naruto hoped on top one of the buildings that the tricks, Canute, and hooded person are. He has been following him all over town but lost him for a while seeing how big the place is, but now, he was able to find yet again and it looks like he is making some kind of deal. He wanted to know what is going on. The hooded person decided to show his face, and Naruto was very shocked to find out who it was. The person who allied himself with that ogre Canute and those 3 witches is really Orochimaru's right-hand man, Kabuto. Kabuto is different than he was at the war. He now has his regular skin and human features back. He is still wearing the same snake hood he had during the war, but underneath it were his regular cloths that he wore when he worked for Orochimaru. While Naruto was hiding on top of a rooftop to hide, Bloom was hiding behind some trash cans to hear what is going on right now. She can't quite see Kabuto because Canute was in the way. Naruto doesn't notice Bloom hiding because he's too busy focusing on Kabuto. What took you so long, Canute? Stormy asked the ogre rudely. Well, first I had a quick donut to eat, then I had to shop for some new glasses and… That was a rhetorical question, Canute. Icy snapped. Then she turned to Kabuto. So then, what do you find, Kabuto? Did you find the ring we have been searching for? The very same ring that will lead us to great power? Kabuto said. Then yes, I have found it. Great. Our first step in achieving power beyond belief lies in that ring. We must have it. Icy said. They are after Stella's ring? Bloom said to herself. Anyways, your ogre mentioned a young blonde boy with whisker marks on his face, correct? Kabuto questioned. Well, yes. Do you know him? Darcy asked. Very well, in fact. His name is Naruto Uzumaki, and he hails from the same realm as me and my master, Kabuto said. Bloom was shocked about this news. That person who is with the tricks is from Naruto's dimension. So why are you so concerned about him? Icy scoffed. If you and your master is so tough, then some guy with stupid-looking face marks wouldn't be that much of a threat, let alone a threat to us. Don't be so sure. Naruto should never be underestimated, Kabuto said in a calm yet serious tone. Those fairies and specialists shouldn't be much of a problem, but Naruto is a serious threat to our plans. Never let your guard down when you face him. Whatever. Icy brushed off. Anyways, what about Princess Stella? Where did you see her? Some cafe near Wands Avenue, Kabuto said. As they were talking, Darcy sensed something. Hold on. I sense an intruder, she said. This gave Kabuto a devious smirk on his face after he sensed it too. Please allow me, ladies, he said. He shined out of the scene. While Bloom wasn't looking, Kabuto snuck up behind her and kicked her out of her hiding spot, leaving her exposed to the three witches and their ogre lackey. Naruto had widened eyes to see Bloom there. He could tell Bloom won't stand a chance against those witches, and she especially won't be a match for Kabuto. Well, hello there, Icy said with a sick smile on her face. Bloom looked very scared. Who are you? Bloom asked. We are known as the Tricks, Icy said. We are also witches of Cloud Tower from the senior class. And no fairy ever messes with senior fairies and gets away with it, Darcy said. But if you tell us where your friend Stella is, we might consider letting you live, Kabuto said. Back off, I have magic powers and I am not afraid to use them, Bloom said. She tried to fire a blast of magic at Kabuto, but much to her shock, it was so weak he just swatted it away with ease. Bloom could have sworn she had much more magic power back when she was on Earth. Pathetic, Kabuto said in mock tone. Stand aside, Kabuto, and let us show this freshman what real magic looks like, Icy said. First, Icy fired a blizzard at Bloom, encasing half her body in ice. Then Darcy released a blast of dark energy at Bloom while she was trapped. Then Stormy whipped up a tornado Bloom which sent her flying, but she held on to another building to hang on. While Bloom was hanging on, Kabuto jumped onto the wall and knocked Bloom off the wall and right into some boxes. Bloom had to think of something. She knew she couldn't beat them by herself, so she decided to run and get to her friends for help. While she ran towards them, a pair of glowing blue hands came out of the ground and grabbed her ankles. After letting go, Bloom fell down to the ground and Kabuto came out of the ground with those same glowing hands. Bloom tried to get up but she couldn't. Something was wrong with her legs. It seems they are too weak for her to even stand up. What do you do to me? She asked Kabuto. I can't get up. Kabuto let out a sick chuckle. I used my chakra scalpel attack to weaken the muscles in your ankle tendons. Can't really get away if you can't stand on your own 2 feet. Now then, let's make sure you won't be able to get away, Icy said. She then froze Bloom solid in a giant crystal of ice. Naruto had enough on what he is seeing. He is aware that it might jeopardize his mission by revealing himself to the enemy so soon, but he can't just let Bloom suffer from all of this. Alright, what shall we do with her? Icy wondered with an evil smirk on her face. She then scratched slowly on the ice with her nails. Torture into talking, or let her be frozen for eternity? Or how about you let her go if you bad girls know what's good for you? Naruto said as he jumped into the ally, shocking the witches but amused Kabuto. Naruto. You always know how to come in the most unexpected ways, Kabuto said in a smug tone. Kabuto, tell me, how does it feel to be Orochimaru's pet yet again? Naruto said in an equal smug tone. Kabuto did not take it very well, as he charged right at Naruto with a chakra scalpel punch. But Naruto stopped him by grabbing his wrists when he tried to attack. Kabuto then kicked Naruto in gut and pushed him back from him. To conserve his chakra, he turned off his chakra scalpels and switched to kunai knives on both hands. Naruto got the same idea and two began attacking each other with their blades while bouncing off the walls until they reached the roofs of two buildings with both on top of the other. "How do you and Orochimaru get here anyway?" Naruto demanded. "We had a little help," Kabuto replied in a beepy tone. "You mean those three down there helped you get here?" "No. Those three witches aren't powerful to break a seal as powerful as the one that separates our dimension to Magix. We had more professional help, someone much more powerful." "Who? Wouldn't you like to know?" Then Kabuto turned his hand out, a magic symbol appeared on his palm and a portal opened up. "We'll keep in touch, Naruto." During that battle, Stella and her friends showed up at the scene where they see Bloom frozen in ice. They also see the witches responsible for this and were ready to fight them. "Leave her alone," Stella said to the Trix and the ogre. "Sure, let me think about it," Icy said sarcastically. "Canute, if you want to prove you're not useless, crush those fairies to dust." Canute roared and charged right at fairy girls. They managed to escape his attack and change into their Winx fairy form. Tekna first trapped Canute in a digital-like force field, then Musa then called two speakers made of her magic and blasted Canute with powerful sound waves. While Canute was dazed, Flora then called a long vine out of the ground and wrapped it around him. Then it threw him right into a wall. Then when Canute got right back up, he charged at them again, but then out of nowhere, Naruto jumped in and knocked him back with a diving kick and then bounced back to the other girls after his fight with Kabuto was over. Naruto then looked behind him and sees Stella and her friends who were very surprised by Naruto's entrance. He smiled at them, gave them a finger wave and said, "Yo. You came to interfere again?" Icy said. "Yeah, pretty much," Naruto said with his hand behind his head, but then placed back down and pointed at them with a serious tone. "You three and your lackey better listen up because I am only going to say this once. Leave now." Canute felt intimidated by what Naruto said and can feel a strong power coming from him. He could tell after last night on Earth he was really strong and not an average human. The Trix, however, were not scared at all. "Please. You have no idea who are you dealing with," Darcy said. "Humph, funny, I was about to say the same thing," Naruto said. Icy began to grow annoyed by his beepy personality. Canute, destroy him first. Canute hesitated at first. He knew what Naruto was capable of during his time on Earth, but he decided to attack anyway. Naruto just stood there as the ogre charged at him, causing the other girls to worry. "Naruto, look out!" Stella called out. This left a curious look on the other girls to wonder where Stella knows him from somewhere. As Canute attacks Naruto, he couldn't land a finger on him. He kept on trying to hit Naruto with his fists, but the latter was way too fast for the ogre. He kept on dodging his attacks. Canute charged again at Naruto, but the latter simply ducked the ogre's fist and charged up a Rasengan. He then slammed his attack on Canute's gut and sent him flying out of the ally. "Alright, tough guy, you want to mess with senior class witches, then so be it," Icy said coldly. She then released a barrage of ice crystals at him, but Naruto was able to evade them. Icy then developed a sick smile on her face and fired her next attack at Stella and her friends. "Look out!" Naruto called out to them. They then looked to see the attack coming and Tekna went up in front of them. "Get behind me," she said to the other girls. She put up a green circular shield on her arm and blocked Icy's attack, but then Stormy attacked them with a blast of lightning, which broke the shield. Icy then launched her ice crystal attack at the fairies again, and this time Tekna won't be able to put a shield to block it this time. Then suddenly, Naruto jumped in front of them and did a clapped hand sign. Wind style, gale palm. he said. He then pushed his palm in front of him and released a gust of wind from his hand. The attack managed to stop Icy's attack before they hit them. Alright, if ice wasn't enough for you, then how about a little lightning? Stormy said as she fired a blast of lightning at Naruto. Wind style, stream. Naruto then released a stream of wind from his mouth right at Stormy's attack. When the attacks clashed, Naruto's attack managed to break through and Stormy was knocked down. Darcy then tried to blast him with multiple blasts of dark energy, but Naruto was way too fast for her attacks. He kept on bouncing off the walls, evading the attack until reached the top and jumped up high. His hand began glowing blue and was about to launch an attack of his own. Beast Wave Palm. Naruto then released a blue wave blast combined with his chakra and wind right at the Trix. The Trix managed to dodge the attack, but the force from the shockwave knocked them back. After Naruto landed back on his feet, Stella took out her staff. Naruto, get back, I'm getting us out of here, Stella said. Naruto nodded and leaped back where the girls are. Stella used her staff to teleport them all out of there. Icy tried to stop them by freezing them solid, but when she launched her attack they were already gone. They got away? Icy said in shock. No, not again. Somewhere in town. Stella was using her magic to warm Bloom from the ice she was frozen in. Bloom was looked to see her friends in their fairy forms. Naruto then came over to her, put his white cloak around her to keep her warm. She looked up to him and smiled warmly. How are you feeling, Bloom? Naruto asked. A little cold, but I'm okay, Bloom said. But Naruto, what are you doing here? He came to your rescue, of course, Stella said happily. This caused Naruto to blush a bit as Stella continues. When we were fighting those witches, he came in and helped save you. Bloom was happy to hear that. I have to say, Bloom, considering you're from Earth and all, you were brave standing up to those witches back there, Stella said. Stella, the other girls said simultaneously after Stella accidentally revealed Bloom's real identity. Why did you call her Bloom and that she is from Earth? Flora asked. Yeah, and who is this guy and how do you two know him? Musa asked while pointing at Naruto. Well, it's kind of a long story. Look, I promise that I will explain everything on the way back, Stella said while nervously pointing her index fingers together. Bloom and Naruto laughed at this. Musa then walked up to Naruto, making him a little nervous. Alright, buddy, you talk first. Who are you? And why did you help us? My name is Naruto Uzumaki, and I came to help because I was there at the time and you girls were in trouble. It was only the right thing to do, Naruto explained. Musa was shocked by his honesty and reason. She looked back at the other girls and they were smiling. That means they know he is telling the truth. She looked back to him, put her hand on his shoulder and smiled. In that case, you're okay in our book, she said. Naruto smiled back. Bloom was happy, not only because the guy who saved her on Earth came back and saved her again, but also because her new friends back in Alphia trusts Naruto too. She then decides to ask Naruto an important question. Naruto, Bloom asked him. When he turned, she decided to talk. Before those witches attacked me, there was his guy with them and he said that both you and him come from the same realm, is it true? Naruto sighed. Okay, I'm not supposed to tell you this, you see the man Bloom and I saw with those witches' name is Kabuto, and he works for a very dangerous criminal from my world, Naruto said. The news shocked the girls that there is a criminal roaming around the magic dimension. Who is he? Flora asked. Orochimaru. And he is bad news, Naruto said. Then he looked at them with a serious face. My mission is to investigate what he is planning here in Magix, and who he is working with. Those three witches, the Trix, didn't bring him here. Someone else did, and my mission is to figure out whom that person is and spread the word to the three magic schools' headmasters about his arrival. Now that you know, can you girls please promise not to tell anyone about this? The last thing anyone in the magic dimension needs is a panic. The girls glanced at each other and nodded. Bloom stepped up to Naruto and decided to speak on behalf of the five of them. Don't worry, Naruto, we promise we won't tell anyone. If you like, we can take you to Alfea where you can send the first message. I'm sure Ms. Farragonda would like to know who she'll be dealing with. Tecna explained. I don't know, wouldn't you girls get in trouble for bringing me in with you? Naruto asked, very unsure that was a good idea. Don't worry, Naruto, we'll worry about that later, Stella said. Right now you have a job to do, don't you? They all began walking back to Alfea. Naruto also began learning more about Bloom's new friends and their worlds. Based on what Tecna told him, Magix is part of one big magic dimension and that there is already a Earth in that dimension. This explains why his Earth is a parallel version of Bloom's Earth. I think I want to tell Ms. Farragonda the truth, Bloom said. From what Naruto understood from Stella, Bloom wasn't technically registered to get to Alfea College. So in order for her to get in, Stella said that Bloom was a princess from another world. Naruto could tell that Bloom is not the kind of person who would want to lie to people. That is why she wants to tell the truth. We'll talk about it later, for now just follow me, Stella said. Unfortunately, 2 spotlights caught the girls while Naruto was backing himself away. Then both Ms. Griselda and Farragonda came out in front of the girls. Hold it right there, girls, Ms. Griselda said. Do you have any idea what time it is? We were worried about you girls. Now off to bed, we shall discuss about this in the morning, Ms. Farragonda said. As the girls were heading back to their room, Griselda stopped Bloom. Not so fast, princess, what did you want to tell the headmistress about? Well, it's that I'm not Princess Veranda from Valisto. My name is Bloom and I am from Earth. Earth? As in the planet Earth? Griselda asked while adjusting her glasses. Bloom nodded. If that's the case, then you have broken 2 rules today. Not only did you break your curfew, but you have also lied about your application into our school. I'm sorry, Bloom said, feeling guilty. Still, she must be a magical being or otherwise the barrier would have kept her out. Now, care to tell us why did you had lie to us? Ms. Farragonda asked. Please, Ms. Griselda, Ms. Farragonda, don't be so hard on her, it was all my idea, Stella said, trying to keep Bloom from leaving. It's okay, Stella, Bloom said to her friend. Then she looked back to the elder fairies. Look, I know I lied and disobeyed the rules and all, but please don't send me back home. I love it here, this is the most amazing place with the most amazing people I ever met. You have still lied to about your registration, young lady, and should still be punished, Griselda said. Hold on, it took a lot of courage to tell the truth. I think we should give her a chance. We shall let her stay in Ms. Veranda's place. We could, Griselda agreed. Yeah. Bloom and her friends cheered, being glad that Bloom gets to stay at Alfea. While they were, Bloom remembered Naruto and noticed he was missing. Girls, where's Naruto? Bloom asked. They all looked around for him, but he was nowhere to sight. I don't see him, Musa said. Unfortunately for them, headmistress and her assistant heard them and were curious about who they were talking about. Who is this Naruto? Farragonda asked the girls. She then looked at Stella with a raised eyebrow. Stella, was there something else that you forgot to tell me during your visit on Earth? Stella again was pointing her index fingers together. Yeah, you see, Naruto was that guy you asked me to look for on Earth. She also explained about what happened in town, on how Naruto saved them from a couple of mean witches and he was supposed to be on some kind of mission. Speaking of Naruto, he was watching the conversation about Bloom's stay at Alfea while hiding in the shadows. He was very glad that Bloom gets to stay at Alfea, but when they wondered where he is, he had to get out fast. He tiptoed towards the gate to Alfea, but then he stopped and began to think what his new approach should be since he wasted enough time already. He was also think on where is supposed to stay while he is in Magix. When he decided pass through the barrier that protects the school from intruders, a voice from behind stopped him. Not so fast, young man, Ms. Farragonda said. Naruto looked behind him and sees the headmistress, her assistant, and the girls. Just where do you think you're going? Farragonda asked. I asked Princess Stella to bring you here because you have an important mission and you were supposed to come here. Well, I thought that I didn't want them to get in trouble because of me by bringing me here so late, Naruto explained while rubbing the back of his head nervously. So I thought I'd camp out for the night and come by on another day. Farragonda smiled. Oh dear no, I assure you did cause any trouble for the girls. They told me how you helped them in town. I must say you were very brave out there. No problem, I'm just glad to help out and that they're all okay, Naruto said. I'm aware that you are on a mission right now and you have a message for me, but why don't you stay here in our school's guest room for tonight? Farragonda suggested. You must be tired after a long day. Yes, I am. I am Naruto Uzumaki, Naruto introduced. After Farragonda introduced herself and Griselda to Naruto, she told him the number of the room he is staying and Naruto headed inside the school, while Bloom and her friends head back to their dorm. Ms. Farragonda and Griselda began talking in private about Bloom and Naruto as they and the others head to their rooms. Ms. Farragonda, I thought that all the Earth fairies died centuries ago? Yes, according to our history it's true. This does leave to wonder who is Bloom, Farragonda said. But there is also something troubling me. What is that, mistress? This great evil that Tsunade mentioned about that is in Magix right now. I am worried on what we and the magic dimension might deal with. Bloom and Flora's room. I've been thinking, we make an awesome group and we should have our own group name. What do you think? Bloom said excitingly while Kiko was pondering about it. That actually sounds a pretty good idea. A name is good for quick reference, Tekna said. Stella stood up before speaking. The right name would give us that certain something we've been missing. We could be called something like the Wonder 5, or Stella 5, Power Troop, or the BSMTF. BSMTF? Musa asked. Check it, beauty, style, magic, taste, flair. And those are the first letters in our names, Stella said happily while using her fingers for each of the words. Nah, that's way too cheesy, Musa said, waving the name off. Stella pouted and slouched her shoulders. I say Bloom picks it, Flora said while raising her hand. Tekna and Musa raised their hands to agree with her. Really? Bloom said, a little surprised. 'Cause I have come up with a little something and I even made a logo. Check it out. She then took out a piece of paper to out her drawer. The paper had the word Winx on it. Stella, Musa and Flora praised the logo's design. So, we are called the Winx, Tekna said while a little confused. Yeah, that's who we are, the Winx. Bloom relied happily while moving her hand with magic sparks coming from her fingertips. Underground laboratory. Meanwhile, in an underground laboratory underneath the city of Magix, lies one of the most dangerous masterminds of Naruto's realm, Orochimaru. A former member of the Sannin, one of the most powerful ninja in the Leaf Village's history, until the day he abandoned his friends and comrades for power and to learn the secrets of their world. It was a few days since he arrived to Magix, but he managed to build a new laboratory underneath the city. Also arriving to the hideout was Kabuto, who had to give his master news about what happened tonight. Kabuto, did you and those witches manage to get the Ring of Solaria? I am very sorry, Lord Orochimaru, but unfortunately we could not obtain the ring, Kabuto said while on one knee bowing to him. According to Icy, Princess Stella and her friends managed to escape them once again. This is unacceptable, Kabuto, Orochimaru said in a calm voice. It would seem these girls might be useful to our plans, but there is a strong chance they might turn on us once we get the dragon's fire. We must gain new allies if we hope to achieve our goals. If I may, Lord Orochimaru, but the bad news doesn't stop there, Kabuto said. Orochimaru raised an eyebrow. During our attack on those fairies, Naruto was there, and he was helping them. So Naruto has returned and Tsunade sent him to find about our plans, Orochimaru said, then let out an evil chuckle as he walked up to some large experimental tubes. But however, the hidden leaf will stop our plans this time, and despite how powerful Naruto has become, he has no chance in winning against us this time. In the experimental tubes were people sleeping inside them. In them were Sasori, Kisame, Deidara, Kakuzu, Kimimaro, the Sound Ninja 4, Jirobo, Kidamaru, Sakan Nyokan, and Taiyuya, Obito Uchiha, and finally Sasuke Uchiha. The Sound Village has fallen, but now the Akatsuki risen up once again from the ashes, Orochimaru stated. The era of the new Akatsuki has begun. Orochimaru's lair. Deep underground in the mad terrorist hidden lair, Orochimaru was preparing to head back to their world to take care of some business for the future of their group's goal. With him were two others standing tall wearing cloaks hiding their faces. Before he was about to leave, Kabuto was kneeling down to his master, waiting for any instruction to conduct for their plans before his master's departure. While I am gone, Kabuto, you will be in charge of our operations until my return, Orochimaru said as he put his black cloak on. We still need the Ring of Solaria from that child Princess Stella in order to locate the Dragon Fire. And make sure those 3 arrogant witches do their job, done. Of course, Lord Orochimaru. But please tell me, why are you heading back to our dimension? Kabuto asked. You are a wanted man there. You will be at greater risk out there in the open than you are here in the magic dimension. Because we need to recruit new allies in our group, and there are some things I need to pick up there for our future experiments, Orochimaru exclaimed. We may have formed an alliance with the Tricks after we found our way here through Madara's research on his previous time here, but that doesn't mean we fully trust them. And for the Akatsuki to be fully revived, we need more members. Be sure to get that ring and find the Dragon Fire at all costs. But of course, Lord Orochimaru, Kabuto said. Then Orochimaru turned, extended out his hand, and a magic symbol appeared on his palm. Then a portal opened up and he along with the other 2 with him entered through the portal to the ninja world. Althea. Bloom and Stella were both in middle of one of their first classes of the school year with Professor Wigzig as their instructor. Alright, today we shall be learning about metamorphosis, the elf said to his students. Does anyone here know what metamorphosis is? None raised their hands. No? Very well then I'll tell you. As you know, magic is full of wonders, potential, and possibilities, and that is what metamorphosis is all about. Metamorphosis is the art of changing your form and appearance. For example. He then pulled his cheeks and he turned himself into a smiling Griselda, causing the girls to laugh. He then pulled his cheeks again, and he changed back to normal. He then snapped his fingers and hand mirrors appeared out of the girls' desks. Since this is the freshman class, we will start with something small, Wigzig said. For today, you will use your magic to change your hair color. It should be a breeze with you girls. Most of the girls were able to do it, except for Bloom. She tried to concentrate her power, but she wasn't able to do it. She sighed in defeat and set the mirror down after she failed to do it. Bloom, it's too early to fall behind. You have a lot of homework to do, Wigzig said after Bloom gave up so easily. Bloom and Flora's room. I was the only one who couldn't do it, Bloom explained to Stella and Flora. Obviously still upset that she was the only in their class who couldn't do a simple spell in changing her hair's color. Flora was in middle of watering her plants while Stella held a mirror in her hand in order to help Bloom practice using her magic. You'll get it, you just need to practice. After all, you know what they say, practice makes perfect, said a cheery Stella. Yeah, you're right, I can do this. It's like how I learned how to high jump in Gardenia, Bloom said with newfound confidence. Stella then gave Bloom the mirror to help her do hair color change again. Now think of a color you want, and think of the hair day you ever had. That should help change it. Stella explained. When Bloom did try, she tried concentrating with her eyes closed, but when she looked, her magic stopped and the bangs of her hair were spiked up. Great, this what I end up with, Bloom said in frustration. I'm just trying to help you, okay? Stella said. Man, this might be a long year. Faragonda's office. Naruto was in Ms. Faragonda's office with Headmistress herself and her assistant in the room with him. Naruto also had to tell the two elder fairies about himself and his origins. He had to explain about the 5 great nation ninja villages and about his hardships as Jinchuriki. Even though Naruto has accepted his role as a Jinchuriki, talking about his rough past is still painful for him to talk about. Ms. Faragonda felt sympathy for the boy, even Griselda felt badly for him. With a past like Naruto's, she could help but feel terrible about it. It was finally time for Naruto to give Ms. Faragonda the scroll with Tsunade's message on it. As Ms. Faragonda opened it, she couldn't read the language at first but then used a spell on the scroll to translate on what it says. The scroll tells about the 4th Great Ninja War and about Madara Uchiha and his planned Project Tsuki no Mi, Eye of the Moon. It also tells about Orochimaru and his reputation in the ninja world, how he attacked the Hidden Leaf village couple of years back and how he experimented on human beings. I must say, Naruto, this is very disturbing news. This Orochimaru sounds like he could be a threat to us all, Faragonda said in stern tone. She was greatly shocked about how dangerous Orochimaru is. Yeah. Orochimaru is not someone anyone should take on alone. He is by far one of the most dangerous Rouge ninja in my world ever since the war ended, Naruto said in a serious tone. But why is he doing this? Griselda asked. Experiment on living beings, take away the lives of your people, why go this far? For his own sick ambitions and curiosity, Naruto said. Orochimaru used to be one of my village's most powerful ninja, the Sannin, along with our 5th Hokage, Tsunade, but one day he went rogue when he began to question the ways of humanity and our world's history. Faragonda raised an eyebrow at Naruto's response. How so? She asked curiously. Orochimaru began to question the history of our abilities of ninjutsu came to our world and the cycle of life. One day he abandoned his comrades from the Sannin and began his research to find his answers of what he seeks. One of Orochimaru's ambitions is to learn all of the jutsu there is in the world and began his research in improving forbidden jutsu to satisfy his quest for knowledge. He also began his research in trying to find a way to gain immortality, as well by developing a jutsu that would allow him to transfer his mind and DNA to a living one in order for him to live longer. Naruto explained. The two were greatly shocked about how far Orochimaru has gotten just to solve the answers of his curiosity about his world's secrets. Faragonda also had to ask another question to Naruto. The scroll also mentioned about Orochimaru attacking your village. Do you know why he would do such a thing? Far as I can tell, attacking the village he abandoned would not allow Orochimaru to fulfill this goal of his. Orochimaru didn't attack us just to learn more secrets about the world. He did it in his own hatred towards us, Naruto said. Hatred? Griselda said curiously. He hates everyone in the Hidden Leaf village. He had a very tragic life in our village. He also began illegal experiments on people behind our back. When he was caught, he escaped vowing revenge, Naruto said. He also began to remember on how he orchestrated his first invasion on the Leaf village. When he started his invasion on us 4 years ago, we were totally caught by surprise and we've lost a lot of good people on that day, including our beloved 3rd Hokage who fought so hard to protect everyone. A few tears began shedding under Naruto's eyes after remembering that horrible day. Faragonda looked down in sympathy while Griselda gave Naruto tissue to wipe the tears away. Here, she said. Thanks, Naruto said as he wiped the tears from his eyes. Faragonda wanted to get back to their discussion and changed back to a serious expression. Anyways, we'll be sure to keep our eyes and ears open for any move Orochimaru decides to make anywhere near Alfea. Great. Now all I need to do is deliver these other 2 scrolls to the Red Fountain and Cloud Tower schools. Afterwards, my team will arrive and will be ready to find Orochimaru whatever hole he is hiding under right now. Naruto said. Any advice you can give me on how to approach the other schools? Well, I'll call Saladin from Red Fountain about your situation. He would be more than glad to take your message. Farragonda said. Naruto smiled at that. He then had to wonder about the other school, Cloud Tower. What about Cloud Tower? Naruto asked. I'm afraid I cannot help you with that, Naruto, Farragonda said while she shook her head. Cloud Tower's headmaster, Griffin, we're not exactly friends, so I doubt she'll let you in. Infiltration could also be even more dangerous for you to deliver that scroll to her. They do not like trespassers walking around their school, so getting in there will be difficult. Don't worry, I'll find a way to deliver the messages and I'll be sure to watch out for any of Orochimaru's schemes, Naruto said. He then stood up and looked straight at the duo. Now then, well, now all that is settled, I plan on leaving tonight, and I must get ready. This shocked the 2 fairies. Why are you leaving so soon? You are more than welcome to stay at Alfea a while longer, and there is also our school's annual dance, Ms. Farragonda said to Naruto, trying to persuade him to stay. I thank you for letting me stay here for the night, but I have to leave. I need to set up camp for me and my team. After I deliver the scrolls to the other schools, my team will arrive and we can begin our true mission, capture Orochimaru and stop his new wicked plans. Thanks for the invite anyway, Naruto said as he turned and left the room. Is he leaving because he doesn't trust us yet? Griselda asked. No, I'm sure it is something else. The boy is carrying a lot of responsibility on his shoulders, Farragonda said, and based on his report about his beginning days as a warrior, he used to be considered a failure in his academy days. He is determined not to fail his assignment. Cafeteria Alfea. Don't worry, Bloom. Like I keep telling you, you just need to practice and you'll be a pro in no time, Stella said to the redhead. I just hope tomorrow is better, Bloom said, still feeling down. The first day is always the roughest, you'll get used to it soon, Musa said while eating her toast with jam. Young ladies, may I have your attention, please? Ms. Farragonda called out to the girls, and they all turned to see their headmaster with Griselda. I have exciting news to tell you. It's our school's tradition to hold a formal dance with our neighboring school, the Red Fountain School for Heroics and Bravery, as our guests of honor. They shall bring gifts for you all, and in return we shall give them a friendly welcome so they will feel right at home, Farragonda explained. But not too friendly. Chaperones shall be there, and love potions are strictly forbidden at all times during the night, Griselda said. But dancing is encouraged. The entire day's classes will be cancelled for today, giving enough time to prepare to set up the auditorium and for you all to prepare for this enchanting night, Farragonda finished. The girls all cheered about this news. Bloom and her friends all began walking down the hallway. They were also thinking about what is going to happen tonight. A dance is coming up, this early during the school year? Bloom asked. Yep, and we all must get ready, said a cheery Stella. Then she turned to face Bloom with a devious-looking smile. And who knows, Bloom, maybe Naruto will be there? This got Bloom to blush, and her friends giggled to her reaction. You should try to ask him to dance with you. I'm sure he'll say yes, Flora said. I don't know, girls. Naruto seems a little busy because of that mission of his, Bloom said while looking away while a little embarrassed. Oh, come on, Bloom, you could at least try to ask him, Stella said. Bloom was thinking about it, and decided to give her answer to her friends. Alright, I'll try and ask him. And this also might be my way of saying thanks to him after he saved me. Splendid. Now where do you think he is right now? Tekna asked. The girls also began to question that too. Where did Naruto ran off to after his talk with Ms. Farragonda? Bloom just hoped that Naruto didn't leave Magix so soon. In the forest, outside of Alfea, Naruto began jumping tree to tree searching for a place to camp. During his search he was also looking around the whole forest, the trees, the animals, the sky, and the water. It was all very peaceful to him. Being trained as a sage, he is able to feel nature's natural energy. He smiled, as he is glad that the people of Magix take good care of the ecosystem in their world. Naruto, where are we going? Kurama asked his Jinchuriki. Naruto also probably figured only to talk to Kurama when he is alone. He does not want Bloom and her friends to think he is nuts by talking to himself. Trying to find a good place to build a camp. Since my team is gonna come after I sent the messages, better find a good spot to build our headquarters in, Naruto said. Kurama nodded in agreement. I see. You could just stay at that guest room until you finish like what the headmaster offered you, Kurama mentioned. Naruto sighed. I know, but Bloom and her friends have gotten themselves involved in my secret mission, and there is the fact that Orochimaru probably knows I am here after what happened last night. This is the best way to draw less attention for now, Naruto explained. I get it now. Those girls you saved already know too much about your mission already, and I'm pretty sure if Tsunade found that you disobeyed orders again, you would be in a world of hurt, Kurama said with a chuckle. The thought of Tsunade giving him a beating gave Naruto a shiver in fear. Don't remind me, Naruto said. Naruto continued to tree hop until he finally found the perfect spot for his team's base of headquarters. The scenery was very wide and had a vast number of trees. There was also a waterfall connected to a river heading downstream. What do you think? Naruto asked Kurama. The fox smirked. I have to say, kid, you picked a great spot, Kurama said. Thanks. Now better head back and get ready to pack up, Naruto said. Wait. I'm not an expert when it comes to friendship like you, Naruto, but don't you at least want to say goodbye to those girls you saved back in town? Kurama asked. Yeah, I guess you're right. I'll say my goodbyes to them and then I get my things ready, Naruto said. Naruto then closed his eyes and vanished in a yellow flash. He left a Flying Thunder God formula mark back in his room in order to make a quick trip back to his guest room. Cloud Tower. All the students of the school for witches were called to the assembly hall by its headmaster, Griffin, for a meeting. In the hall were also 3 familiar witches, the Tricks, wearing their casual cloths. Ms. Griffin was on a high platform and walked up and announced her meeting to her students. There's the headmistress, one of the students said. She's so scary, another one said. My young witches, I summoned you here because I have some unfortunate news to share with you all. Once again, a Fleet College are having their annual, and once again our school not invited to attend, Griffin announced to her students, and they all booed about this news. Now, students, calm down. It is our school's tradition to create a way to sabotage their party. So I purpose a challenge for you all. Come up with a way to ruin their party and make them wipe the smiles off their goody two-shoes faces. Select your proposals and I'll select one. Make the worst witch win. Griffin finished. This caused the witches to cheer. As the Tricks made it back to their rooms, they received a call from Kabuto. Icy took out her phone and holographic image of Kabuto appeared out of the screen. Kabuto, what is it now? Icy asked rudely. I called to ask you 3 about your progress in getting the Solaria ring after you 3 failed the last couple of times to retrieve it, Kabuto said. Stella and her loser friends have gotten lucky so far, Stormy said. Next time we'll get it for sure. So, what is your plan this time? He asked. Icy smirked. You see, Alfea College is holding their traditional dance with those dorks from the Red Fountain School. While everyone is distracted, we will sneak inside Stella's room and take her ring under that snob little nose of hers, Icy said. Interesting, but what about your headmaster? Will she let you go and take that risk? after you three made so many while trying to retrieve the ring?" Kabuto asked. "Don't worry, we got that covered," Darcy said. "It's our school's tradition to find a way to sabotage those fairies' little party. All we have to do is come with an idea that she will approve of how to ruin that stupid dance, and she'll let us go to Althea and we can search for the ring while having some fun with it." "Two birds, one stone, Kabuto," Icy said. Very well then. To make sure you three don't fail again, I shall be sending someone to aid you. While you three sabotage that dance party of theirs, our agent shall keep a watchful eye on you three to make sure you do it right this time. We don't want any failures this time, our patience is running thin." "How did you know about the last?" Icy asked before she was interrupted. "Because I was seeing the fights myself back on Earth," Kabuto said. "I needed to be sure when our partner told us about you girls. Lord Orochimaru wanted to be sure you three weren't just all talk." "Speaking of Orochimaru, where is he? Did he decide to have his lapdog to call after he was too lazy to do it himself?" Stormy asked. Kabuto growled after she talked to his master with disrespect. "No. Lord Orochimaru went on a trip back to our dimension to pick up a few things. Until his return, I am in charge of our operation in retrieving the ring. You will not act without my commands first," Kabuto explained. He then cleared his throat in order to get back to the task at hand. "Alright, I'll be sending on of our agents your progress in getting that ring. Take the abandoned underground tunnels that connect the three schools in order to sneak into Althea. The schools don't use them anymore, so it is the perfect way for you to get past the barrier and get inside." "Great. Once we do, we'll sabotage the party and get that ring," Icy said. "As long as everything goes according to plan," Kabuto said. "And remember, if Naruto interferes with our plans again, take him down, but don't kill him. He contains a power that is beneficial to our plans." "Alright, but what about those fairies who also got in the way?" Icy asked. "Do as you please with them," Kabuto said with an evil-looking smirk. That gave Icy an evil smirk of her own. "We'll have no problems taking down those wimpy fairies. But what about that Naruto guy? How are we going to beat him if he had already defeated us already?" Darcy asked. Icy scoffed. "He just got lucky shot at us, that's all. If he does decide to interfere again, we'll show him what we can really do," she said coldly while holding the ice crystal in her hand. Her sisters also grew evil-looking smirks of their own. Althea Bloom's apartment. "It's important to always to look your best," Stella said as she was showing her friends the dress she bought. Bloom was sitting on the floor, while Flora and Techno were sitting on the bed and Musa was standing against wall. The latter three had their dresses on while Bloom doesn't have hers. "I maxed out the credit card that my dad gave me, but I didn't have a choice. It was calling out to me saying buy me, please. It's fresh, and it's so definitely you," said Musa snickering. "Yeah, but my ring doesn't go with it," Stella said. "I wish we could use our magic to create our outfits," Flora said. "I know. It took me forever to find this thing," Tekna agreed. "It's interesting. Where did you get it?" Musa asked the technology fairy. "I've researched it thoroughly. This the latest in fabric technology," Tekna answered. They then heard a knock on their door. Stella turned and said, "Come in." The door opened to reveal their new friend, Naruto, who was wearing his usual outfit while wearing his white cloak on and carrying a backpack with him. "Hello, girls. Wow, you girls look nice," Naruto said as he was walking into the room. He didn't notice Bloom looking down since she wasn't wearing a dress. "Oh, thank you, Naruto. How you've been?" Stella said. "And where were you?" Musa asked. "We haven't seen you all day." "Just having a walk around the forest. It's very peaceful out there, and walking is one of things I enjoy," Naruto said. He then began to wonder about the dresses. "So tell me, what's the special occasion?" "Well, Althea is having its annual dance party with the boys from the Red Fountain School," Bloom answered. Naruto then remembered that Althea was having some party tonight. Stella then walked up behind Bloom while resting her hands on the latter's shoulders. Bloom here was also wondering if you were going to come or not, Stella said, all cheery. Bloom blushed all embarrassed and looked back to Stella, who simply winked at her. Naruto sheepishly scratched the back of his head. Well, about that, I'm actually was planning on leaving tonight, Naruto said, shocking the girls. Leaving? But why? Bloom asked. Look, I appreciate you girls letting me stay here for the night, you all are really nice. But I need to find a place for both me and my team, plus this is an all-girls school, I don't think we'll quite fit in as it being our base of operations, Naruto explained. But where are you going to live? Flora asked. I found a great spot in the forest to set up camp. Don't worry, I can take care of myself and I promise I'll come visit you girls, Naruto said. He then saw Bloom with a sad expression on her face. Bloom, is something wrong? It's just that, we just met you, plus you saved us and you're already leaving, Bloom said. Then she looked at Naruto with a begging expression on her face. If you're going to leave Althea, can you at least stay one more night for the dance, please? Naruto was blushing a bit. He was thinking about it for a moment, looked at Bloom's face. Alright, I'll come to the dance, he said while smiling. Hearing that had Bloom develop a big smile while she was looking at him. Naruto couldn't help but smile back seeing her happy. Okay, now that is settled, we can get ready for the dance, Stella said happily. Then she looked back to Naruto. Naruto, since you are going to come to the dance, what are you going to wear? This I think, he said referring to his ninja uniform. You're going to come to a formal party wearing that? Why? Musa asked. Because this is sort of all I brought with me. Naruto chuckled a bit as he referred to the outfit he's wearing right now. He didn't really think he would need something formal to bring with him. Bloom laughed a bit too, but then she remembered something. Guys, the dance is only a few hours away and I don't have anything fancy to wear either. Not to worry, there's a simple answer to this dilemma: shopping, Stella said as she pulled out another credit card. No friends of mine are going to stick out like sore thumbs at the dance. Are you sure, Stella? I mean, you girls can do it for Bloom, but you don't really need to do the same with me, Naruto said nervously. Naruto, we owe you. You saved our lives from those horrible witches, Flora said. Yeah, think of it our way of saying thank you, Stella said. Naruto had to think about. He's not usually into shopping, especially since Sakura used to drag him around whenever she goes shopping for medical ingredients. But these girls want to show him their thanks and this shopping isn't just about him. He then looked at them smiling. Sure, why not? He said. Town, several hours later. The fairies and ninja have been going around different stores on a shopping spree. The group was trying to find good outfits for both Naruto and Bloom to wear at the party. In each store they go, when Bloom finds a dress, almost everyone disagrees except for Naruto. He thought she looked pretty in each one. When Bloom found a fancy blue dress, everyone liked it, and she was happy that Naruto thought so too. There was a problem, however: it was too expensive, and so they had to keep looking. Bloom was still unsuccessful, but they did find something for Naruto to wear. The outfit he chose was a black sports jacket, black khakis, a white buttoned shirt. Stella felt something was missing in his new outfit, so Bloom got an idea and decided to use a red scarf to complete it. Naruto liked his new look, and the girls, especially Bloom, thinks he looks really good in that outfit. The dance is coming and we still haven't found something for you, Bloom, Stella said while having her hand on her friend's shoulder. Don't worry, you go on ahead and get ready, I'll stay and keep looking, Bloom said. Your chances of success are still very high, Tekna said. Naruto then walked up to Bloom and stood beside her. She's right, we still got time. I'll stay and help you out, he said with a smile, which caused Bloom to smile as well. Okay, But play nice, you two," Musa said, leaving with the other girls to giggling while Bloom was blushing from that comment. "Come on, Bloom, let's go," Naruto said, oblivious to Bloom's blushing. She quickly shook it off and followed him. "Right, though I feel that with my allowance and these expensive stores, finding a dress will take some serious luck," she said to Naruto with some doubt in her voice. As they were running, Naruto saw something and quickly grabbed Bloom's shoulder and pointed to what he saw. "Does that serious luck of yours involve a sale at that store right there?" Naruto said cheerfully. Bloom was elated and she rushed inside. She told Naruto to wait outside because she wanted the dress she buys to be a surprise to him and her friends. While she was looking, she was able to find a dress she liked and can afford. After she got out of the store, she sees Naruto lying down against the wall. He looked up to her with one eye open and said, "Found what you're looking for?" She nodded. "Yep. Now we can head back and get ready," she said. "Good," Naruto said, and then looked at the clock behind them. "We might want to head back soon. There's only a few minutes before the dance starts." "What are we going to do? We're going to be so late, I don't think we'll make it in time," Bloom said, panicking. The ninja put his hand on her shoulder to calm her down. "Sure, we'll make it. Hop on my back," he said while kneeling down, stunning the fairy. "What?" she asked. "I said get on, we'll get back in seconds, trust me," Naruto assured her with a smile on his face. Bloom hesitated at first, but she got on Naruto's back and the latter stood up. Bloom blushed deep as she felt Naruto's hard chest as she wrapped her arms around him and feeling embarrassed being on a boy's back. "Okay, ready?" Naruto asked. She nodded. Naruto then closed his eyes as concentrated on his destination, and they both vanished in a yellow flash. Naruto's room in Alfea. Naruto and Bloom both appeared in Naruto's room in a yellow flash. As Bloom got off of Naruto, she was staggering a bit until she fell on her behind. Naruto snickered a bit. Naruto then helped Bloom get back up on her feet. "Whoa, how did you get us back to Alfea so fast?" Bloom asked. "It's one of my abilities. It allows me to move a high speed anywhere in an instant. In order to do it, I need to place this first," Naruto explained as he pointed at the formula near their feet. "I placed it here last night to make a quick trip back to Alfea." "That is amazing. How many abilities do you have?" Bloom asked. Naruto merely waved his finger sorry, but no spoilers. "You'll find out soon," he chuckled, making Bloom pout. "Anyways, you should get back to your room and get changed. You don't want to keep everyone waiting," Naruto said. "Right," Bloom said. As she was heading to the door, opened it, but then stopped and turned to face her friend. "Naruto? What is it?" "Thank you for helping me. That was 3 times you helped me since I met you. You're really sweet," Bloom said while giving him a tender smile that made Naruto blush a bit. "No problem, Bloom. What are friends for?" Naruto said to her, smiling before she left to her room. Naruto was about to get changed for that party until he sensed something from outside, something evil and cold. He looked outside and there was no one out there. "Kurama, did you sense something too?" Naruto asked the fox. The demon fox grunted in agreement. "Yeah, I did. 4 of them, and one of them seems familiar," Kurama said. "I know you promised that girl you would come to that party, but this might be an emergency." "You're probably right. It could be Orochimaru and those witches again. Let's go check it out." Naruto was about to leave through the window, but then he saw the Red Fountain boys coming through the gates, and he quickly went back inside. "Ah man, I can't go jump out the window while people are around. My cover might be blown," Naruto said. That means you'll have to go around the back of the school and begin to search the trail there," Kurama suggested. Naruto nodded in agreement. He then snuck out his room's door and into the darkness of hallways. Bloom's room. Bloom's bunny, Kiko, was napping on Bloom's bed but woke up all surprised when Bloom rushed right in. "Hi, Kiko. I managed to find a dress, but it's too long. If I have a pair of scissors, I can make this work," Bloom said. She then began looking all over the room to find a pair of scissors, but to no avail. "What's the point to learning magic if you can't use it to do the simplest things?" she said. She then sees Kiko biting the dress, trying to cut it himself with his teeth but with no success. "Kiko, I don't think that is going to work," Bloom said. Bloom then did a thinking pose and got an idea. She began using her magic to cut the dress a bit shorter. While she was doing it, she heard the red fountain boys coming. She then smelled something burning. When she turned around, she sees the dress on fire. Luckily, she managed to put it out before the bed caught on fire too. She then left the room to find a pair of scissors. Underground tunnels. "I didn't know we would be walking, these heels pinch my feet," Darcy said while holding the map. Icy was up at front, while Stormy was walking behind them, and both are holding flashlights. "Don't even start your whining, Darcy. Kabuto says that these tunnels will allow us to get inside Althea much faster. Once we get that ring and rule Magix, we'll have chariots to take us wherever we go." "Alright, but please tell me we're almost there," Darcy said. "You're the one holding the map," Stormy pointed out. "Oh, right, we're getting closer." Althea hallway. "A school full of magic and I can't find a pair of scissors. This is so ridiculous," Bloom said in frustration. As she was walking down the hallway, she heard some noise from on one of the doors. "What was that?" she asked herself. When she opened, it revealed another hallway heading down. As she was heading down to see where it leads, she heard some familiar voices. "We're getting closer," Darcy said. "Oh no, it's those three witches," Bloom said after recognizing their voices. She then ran back up the stairs just before they saw her. Bloom ran to the other side of the hall, watching the tricks as they walked straight down the hall. They opened a closet, which shows a treasure chest with red fountain emblem on it. "There it is, the red fountain gifts," Darcy said. "I don't even know why those boys would want to hang out with those losers." "Well, it's not like we would want to hang out with those nerds anyway. We have much bigger plans," Icy said. She then turned her head to Darcy. "Darcy, locate the ring." "No problem," Darcy said. She then chanted a spell that shows them a visual on where Stella put the ring in. It shows that Stella put her ring inside a golden oyster container and placed the container in a small chest. Stormy then used her magic to open up the chest red fountain boys brought, and in it contained golden eggs with diamond-shaped spots on them. When Darcy opened one, the egg was turned into golden butterflies. "What do you say, sisters? Let's make these eggs the most memorable gift these fairies will ever receive," Icy said coldly. They then used their magic to put a curse on the eggs and change them into snake rat eggs. Snake rats are swamp creatures that cause nausea to people when bitten. "That's so awful," Bloom said while watching this. The eggs have changed into snake rat eggs, to show the diamond spots were replaced with orange streaks. Once a fairy touches the eggs, they will hatch and bite the fairies. Once we are done, those precious princesses won't know what bit them. The tricks walked towards a wall, and Icy opened a portal that led them outside. Outside of the ballroom. "I can't wait to see the snake rats," Stormy said while she and her sisters hide behind some bamboo trees. "How long will it take for the eggs to hatch?" Icy asked Darcy. "Any minute now after the boys bring in the chest. Those eggs will hatch and those fairies will start puking in seconds after one bite." Inside the ballroom. Bloom managed to make it to the ballroom and was trying to find her friends. She needed to tell her friends about the Trix's horrible plan, not only ruin the dance, but also to steal Stella's ring. The place was packed with all the students and guests at the party. "Oh, where are they?" Bloom then tiptoed across the dance floor as she tries to not to get noticed by people while trying to find her friends. But unfortunately she accidentally bumped into some without looking, and turned out to be Brandon. "Sorry," she said. "Bloom, are you okay?" Brandon asked. "Yes, I'm fine. It's nice to see you again, Brandon," Bloom said. Brandon nervously rubbed the back of his head. "It's great to see you too, Bloom." Bloom smiled, but then decided to get back to what she was trying to do before. "Anyways, do you know where Stella and my friends are? I need to find them," Bloom asked. Brandon raised an eyebrow. "Why? Is there something wrong?" he asked with concern. Bloom need to think of something fast. The last thing is to cause a panic when people finding about the Trix's plan. "Nothing wrong really, I just needed to have a talk with them," Bloom said. "Oh, well, they're right over there," he said while pointing the way. "Thanks." Bloom then ran over to where her friends and called out to them. "Hey girls," Bloom said to them while panting. "What took you so long?" Techna said. "What's the matter?" Flora asked, smiling with her eyes closed. They decided to talk about outside from the ballroom so people won't hear their conversation. Bloom began telling them about how the Trix are planning to ruin the dance. They have a whole plan to sabotage the dance and everything is already in place, Bloom explained. "How are they going to do that?" Stella said. "They cast some spell on the gifts the boys brought for us. It had something to do with a thing called a snake rat," Bloom said. "Snake rat? Let me look into my database," Techna said. She took out her palm and showed an image of a snake rat. "Snake rats, venomous swamp creatures that causes projectile vomiting with one bit. Gross." "EW!" exclaimed Stella. "I get what they are going to ruin our party with, boys, but what's in it from them?" Musa asked. "They're probably jealous of us. They wish they got a chance with Red Fountain boys," Stella exclaimed. "Actually, they're not after the boys at all, they're after your ring, Stella." Bloom corrected her friend about the witch's intentions. "Once that happens, there will be a huge panic, and the Trix will use that as a distraction to get the ring. We have to do something." Musa put up a thinking pose before got an idea. "It's cool, we'll just head back to our dorm and get the ring right now before it happens." "It's too late. Look," Flora said, pointing at the ballroom where two boys brought the chest filled with snake rat eggs out and opened it. The girls looked nervous. "No snake rats?" Musa asked. "Well, they said that the snake rats would hatch from the eggs," Bloom said. "We need a counterspell and fast," Stella said. The five of them joined hands, cast a spell that lifted the curse on the eggs and changing them back to once they were before the witches cursed them. Their evidence was when one of the girls opened one of the eggs and golden butterflies flew out of it. "That was exhausting," Stella said while she and the other girls felt tired after converging their powers for the first time. Flora picked up of one enchanted eggs the Red Fountain boys brought, cast a spell to spend it as a little surprise of their own to the Trix. Sky then walked up to Stella and gave her one the magic eggs. "This one is for you, Stella." Stella blushed. "Oh, thank you, Prince Sky." Bloom, the redhead, turned to her friend Flora, who has a smile on her face. "You should probably get back to our dorm and get changed." "Oh, right, I'll see you girls at." Bloom stopped to look around the ballroom but couldn't see a certain someone anywhere. "Have you girls seen Naruto around? I didn't see him after we came back from town." "Actually, no, we haven't seen him inside," Stella said. Bloom looked down, feeling a little sad. Then Musa walked up to her and put her hand on Bloom's shoulder. "Don't worry, Bloom. I'm sure he's coming. He's probably trying to figure out how to make an entrance." The music fairy chuckled. Bloom laughed a bit and felt a lot better. "You're probably right, Musa. Naruto did promise me he would come. Well, I'll be back. I need to get ready." Bloom then ran back to her room to get changed. Outside of Althea. Naruto was looking around outside of Althea for the intruders he sensed before. He knew they were there somewhere. He could still sense them thanks to Kurama's ability to sense negative emotions. Based on what his senses told him, there are 4 people with evil intentions. 3 of them are at one place, the other is separated from the others. That power is alone. Naruto can tell the one who is alone is the strongest among them what he sensed. As he was searched by the nearby trees, someone tried to hit him with a barrage of flying kunai. Naruto managed to avoid them, then did a couple of hand signs to counterattack. Wind style, breakthrough. Naruto then manipulated a large gust of wind at his hidden opponent after he sensed him. His attacker managed to high jump away to avoid the attack. After the latter landed, the moonlight hit him and Naruto was able to recognize him. Kimimaro? Naruto said with widened eyes. He was surprised to see Kimimaro, especially since he died few years ago when he, Lee, and Gaara fought him, and was sealed away during the war. Naruto can tell, this is definitely Orochimaru's work. He looked at Kimimaro, and his eyes are normal, which means it's not the reanimation jutsu. He also noticed that Kimimaro is older looking now. He now looks like he is in his early 20s now. Whatever Orochimaru did to bring him back, he accelerated his age a couple of years. Kimimaro was wearing a new and darker version of his old uniform. He was now wearing a black version of his old outfit with a black cloak wrapped around his waist to replace his old rope belt. He was also wearing a sound ninja headband with a metal plate having a horizontal scratch on it. How are you still alive? Naruto asked. You died 4 years ago. That does not matter. What matters is for me is that I can continue to serve under Lord Orochimaru's will once again and makes his ambitions a reality. Kimimaro said in his calm and lifeless tone. The last time you and I fought, Naruto, my body was dying of a fatal disease, but this time my health is in perfect condition. So now I can use my full power without anything holding me back. We'll see about that, Naruto said as he rushed right at Kimimaro with his chakra blades. Kimimaro quickly countered with bone blades that came out the top of his knuckles. He then attacked, but Naruto managed to jump out of the way, gained some distance. Then both Naruto and Kimimaro began clashing while jumping on the trees near them. Meanwhile, in Bloom's room. Bloom was in her room with Kiko, telling him about how she did her first spell ever to stop the witch's plan to ruin the dance. But her celebration was cut short when she saw the jewelry box that had Stella's ring began floating away towards the door. The case that contained the ring came out of the box and was heading towards the hiding spot the tricks were in. Bloom followed it, trying to catch it. Unfortunately, the tricks saw her coming trying to catch the ring, and they were especially not happy to see Bloom again. It's that Earth Fairy loser, Icy exclaimed. She must have been the one who countered our spell, and now she's trying to get in our way again. Bloom ran after the ring case and dove at it, managing to catch it. As she was heading back to her dorm, the tricks came out of hiding and right behind Bloom. When Bloom turned, she began backing up. She knows she won't stand a chance against them. Flora saw Bloom being backed into a corner by the tricks and warned her friends about it. They immediately rushed to where she is, but they fear they might be too late. The tricks then began their attack on Bloom. First, Icy surrounded Bloom in a circle of ice. As Bloom got away from it, Darcy stopped her foot that created a trench in front of her. Stormy then created a cyclone that blew Bloom right toward the trench Darcy made. Bloom held on to the edge of it, and was determined not to let go, especially since the trench is bottomless. Icy used her magic to have the ring case float to her. She then turned to Stormy. May I do the honors? Her sister nodded and walked right up to Bloom with her hands glowing. You pathetic little Earth girl, how did a talentless loser like you even get into this school? You have no powers at all, Icy said. Bloom narrowed her eyes at her. You're wrong, I do have powers, I know it, Bloom said with determination in her voice. She then glowed like a light and began transforming in her fairy form. Bloom was now wearing a blue glitter top with a matched sparkly light blue miniskirt with matching color shorts underneath. She also had light blue glove-like wristbands around both her arms from elbow to wrist, light blue ankle boots, a 3-rounded tiara and her fairy wings. Yes, I knew I could do it, Bloom said as powerful red electricity disappeared from her body, and she put her hands up ready to fight. Meanwhile with Naruto. Naruto was still clashing with Kimimaro in the trees. Naruto could tell that fighting someone as skilled as Kimimaro is not an easy task. This is the guy who was able to overpower him, while the former had some of Kurama's power, and was able to fight both Lee and Gaara to a standstill. Gaara had to admit, both he and Lee would have been dead during that fight if Kimimaro's disease didn't kill him first. As they were fighting, Kimimaro returned his knuckle blades and launched his finger bullet attack at Naruto. The blonde narrowly escaped that attack, as they were powerful enough to drill through one of the trees there. When Naruto landed on the ground, Kimimaro dove down and attacked the former with 2 camellia dance swords in both hands. Naruto blocked the first slash with his flying swallow jutsu in his first chakra blade. Kimimaro then tried to attack with the second blade with his free hand, but Naruto managed to get away and retreat back into the trees. Naruto was about to attack some more, but then he felt immense power somewhere the area he was in, and decided to go after it. Kimimaro could tell he must have sensed his allies, so he went to a different direction meet up where they are without Naruto sensing him coming. When Naruto made it to where that power came from, he sees Bloom fighting the tricks right now. He sees that Bloom managed to change into her fairy form like the others. Naruto let out a small whistle and blushes a bit. Man, she looks cute in that outfit. Also, her power, it's off the chart. Can you sense it too, Kurama? The fox nodded in Naruto mindscape. Yeah. I can tell whatever power is inside that girl, it might even surpass my own. That remark shocked Naruto. Kurama is one of the most powerful beings he knows, and to say something like that from him means Bloom must be very powerful. I can also tell she just unlocked her new powers, so she might now know how to fully use it yet. Good point. Might as well give myself a reintroduction. The ninja then disappeared and reappeared in front of Bloom, surprising her and the tricks. Naruto! Bloom exclaimed in relief. You again? Icy said. You finally unleashed your powers, Bloom, congratulations. Naruto said to Bloom, which caused her to smile. Thanks. How about we take them on together? Bloom said, having her hands up. Naruto admired her determination but wasn't sure though. Are you sure? I mean, you just unlocked your powers, Naruto said. Don't worry, I'll be fine, Bloom said. Icy had an evil smirk on her face. You won't be after we're done with you. Icy then turned to Darcy and nodded. Darcy nodded back and cast an illusion on them that made everything around them dizzy. Bloom flew up high to get out of it while Naruto used his Gain Jutsu removal technique to release himself out of it. Icy then cast a spell that created multiple ice pillars that surrounded around them. Then a lice version of her face appeared on the pillar behind Bloom and hit her with a cold wind blast, knocking her down from the air. When Naruto tried to help, multiple ice face froze his legs solid. Icy then froze the bamboo field Bloom landed in solid. When Naruto broke free from the ice, he rushed right over to help Bloom, but he sensed something coming at him. He managed to avoid a drop kick from Kimimaro after he appeared out of nowhere. Both took a fighting stance, but Kimimaro looked back at Icy and had to ask her something important. Do you have the Solaria ring? Icy had a smug smile on her face and took out the case. Right here, she said. Kimimaro's lifeless expression didn't change. Good, now let's retreat, he said, which stunned the witches. Retreat? We're winning right here, why would we run away? Stormy asked in frustration. Kimimaro turned to them. Because we already have what we came for. We can settle the fight with them another time. Icy and Darcy exchanges a nod and the former put her hand on Stormy's shoulder. Look, we can have our fun with these losers another time. Our goal was the Solaria ring, which means there is no point in fighting them any further. Icy explains to her sister. Stormy reluctantly nodded. Kimimaro lowered his arms and looked back at Naruto. Naruto, we will settle our fight on another day, Kimimaro said before he and the tricks disappeared in a flash of light after Icy snapped her fingers. Naruto gritted his teeth after they got away. Then he saw something in the bushes and saw Bloom crawling out of the bush. Naruto sighed in relief that she was safe. He then walked up to her. Bloom, you're okay, Naruto said with a smile, and she smiled back to him. Yeah, got a little close there, but I'm okay, Bloom said. After Naruto helped Bloom get back on her feet, the other girls showed up. Both Naruto and Bloom decided to tell the others what happened before they got there. They told them about how Bloom first transformed and how she and him fought against the tricks. The girls were proud of Bloom, but Bloom felt bad that she couldn't beat them and they got away with what they wanted in the first place. I'm really sorry about your ring, Stella, Bloom said. I tried to get it back, but the tricks took it and got away. Don't worry, they don't have it, Flora said. This confused Naruto and Bloom. You see, Bloom, after you told us they were after the ring, I cast a spell to teleport the ring out of its case and back to our room. Wait, if the ring is safe, what did the tricks get? Naruto asked. They'll find out soon enough, Flora said. We better get back and you two should get ready, Musa said. Naruto and Bloom nodded and they began walking back inside. Bloom then suddenly grabbed Naruto's hand to stop him and looked at with a warm smile. Thanks you for saving me again, Naruto. Somehow you always know when to come and help me, Bloom said, which caused Naruto to smile too. It's not a problem. You're my friend after all, and I promised myself I will always come and help my friends when they need help, Naruto said. This surprised Bloom, but she smiled again. Anyways, I'll see you there, Naruto said. Yeah, of course, Bloom replied before she headed back to her room to get changed. As Naruto was heading back to his room, he began going through a mental conversation with Kurama. That was 3 times those witches went after Stella's ring. Why do they and Orochimaru want it so much? Naruto asked Kurama. The demon fox just sighed. Wish I knew, kid. All I could tell you is whatever power is inside that ring must be very powerful if Orochimaru needed to ask help in order to get it, Kurama said. Then a smirk appeared on his face. If I were you, kid, I'd better pick up the pace and get changed. Don't want to keep that girlfriend of yours waiting. This caused Naruto to blush in embarrassment. Kurama, I am not having this conversation right now. And she is not my girlfriend, he mentally thought to the fox. Althea Ballroom. The student of Althea and Red Fountain were all having a good time until everyone spotted Bloom entering the room. Bloom was wearing a modified version of the dress she bought, now showing her belly and blue ribbons on her wrists. Bloom felt nervous, but she walked up to her friends, who were amazed by her appearance. What do you think? Bloom asked, only for Flora to place both hands on Bloom's shoulders. That dress is so beautiful, Flora replied. So give me the scoop, girls. What did I miss? Bloom asked. Before Flora answered her, they heard a shriek of joy. Bloom and her friends looked at the girl and they were surprised, along with the rest of the Althea students. They saw Naruto in the outfit that Stella helped bought for him, and he was also wearing the same red scarf Bloom bought for him. His blonde spiky hair was free from headband and goggles that kept it at bay. Naruto began walking towards them after he found them while the other girls giggled at his hotness. Oh my gosh, who is that? Does he go to Red Fountain? Who cares, he's cute. What a hottie. Does he have a girlfriend? I call dibs. Naruto blushed a little as he walked past those girls and walked over to where Bloom and her friends were. Yo, how's it going? Nothing much, really. We're glad that you came, Naruto. Stella said happily. Glad to be here too, Naruto said. Then he looked at Bloom and was surprised by her beauty. Wow, Bloom, you look amazing. Bloom blushed. Do you really think so? She asked. Naruto nodded while having some blush on his face. She then looked up and looked at him. Naruto. Yeah? Did you really mean what you told me? About that you'll be there to protect us whenever we're in trouble? Bloom asked. Of course. You and the girls are my friends and I'll do anything to protect you all, even if it costs me my life. Naruto proudly declared. The girls were caught by surprise by what he told them. Then they all heard a slow dance playing. Stella decided to take this opportunity to help give an extra push to Bloom's little thing for Naruto. She nudged Bloom forward, causing the earth fairy to fall, but Naruto caught her before she hit the floor. When the two looked at each other, they blushed deep red when they realized their faces were really close. Naruto quickly helped Bloom regain her balance before he held out his hand in front of her. I don't really know how, but would you like to dance with me? Naruto nervously asked while still blushing. Bloom looked at his hand, took it, and looked at him with a warm smile. Don't worry, I'll teach you. Now, come on, Bloom said as she led him to the dance floor. The girl instructed the blonde to put his right hand on the middle of her back while holding her right hand with his left. Before Naruto knew it, he was slow dancing with a beautiful girl. Both of them are enjoying their time together, and both of them smiled to each other. When Brandon got himself a drink, he sees Bloom dancing with Naruto. He was shocked but didn't get angry, and just sighed in defeat that Naruto got to Bloom first. Sky then walked up to him with a assuring smile. Don't worry, Sky, there are other girls out there for you. You just need to keep on looking, Brandon said. Sky and Brandon switched their names so the former can know what it's like to be a regular guy for a change, and the two kept it a secret since they both arrived at the school. Sky just smiled to his friend and walked along with him someplace else, while Naruto and Bloom continued slow dancing. So Bloom, how are you liking Alphea so far? He asked. It's going great. I feel right at home, she said while smiling to him, and they continued dancing with each other. So this part ends here. Alright, that's it for today's video, guys. Let me know in the comment section how was the story, and also don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I will meet you in another video. Bye bye.